We're bringing this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We preview Contrail's FA50, Just Flight's F100, UK 2000's Oshkosh, and SoFly Budapest. And it's hot as balls. Every time. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to Hab. Right, it's roasting, but I hope you're keeping well. We got a busy one tonight, and the wallet, they're not safe. Hide it. Give it to someone and put it in a safe place, because we're checking out two phenomenal aircraft and we have two very good sceneries to accompany them. So it's going to be relatively busy. We have, of course, the upcoming Contrail FA50 based on Dassault's Falcon 50. And of course, we have the Fokker 100, which is going to be coming either as you can buy the F70 or the F100, or you'll be able to buy them as a bundle. Don't you know? But yes, live from Tipperary, currently 26 degrees outside, 31 degrees in the man cave. 31 though, right? And the aircon is just like, it's trying to do a thing. Hello, Mrs. Right. But anyway, hope you're all keeping well. Flat out today, lads. I'll be Janie then, I was flat out. In this hot weather as well. Got some gardening work done, got some things done, right? I showed you the rig there a while ago, and we've since, as I said, mothballed it. And I've a new desk. My desk arrived this morning, put it together, got my man card stamped. Don't tell anyone now that I put it together the wrong way around, and instead of going up, the riser went down. But that's not important. It was a left or right configuration. But yeah, that's all kind of set up now as well. So I've been very busy, plus checking out aircraft, and just keeping an eye on what's happening in our beloved world of flight simulation. And there's lots to go. There's lots to happen. There's lots going on, and there's a lot more coming soon as well. So it's going to be busy. But how are you getting on? You enjoying that weather? Yeah, right. It's nice, isn't it? Bloody hell. 30 degrees they're giving it tomorrow. That's our peak, right? 30. And, in other places around Ireland, it'll get even warmer. But for those poor unfortunates in the UK, it's going to be even hotter. So be careful. Plenty of, liquid for hydration. And if you're going outside, come here. I saw this today. I didn't have the heart to take a photograph, but this is the most Tipperary thing I've ever seen. There was a man walking. Right? There was a man walking, and he was about 6 foot. He was ginger. He'd long hair with a bit of a beard. He's wearing all black, pale as you can get, with an umbrella. You had to see it. You know, that was a real case of the mother saying to him, don't you think about going outside without bringing an umbrella with you. You'll be scalded. Poor unfortunate. And he was happy out, walking along with his umbrella. I said, well, now I've seen it all now. I've seen it all now. Brilliant. But anyway, white t-shirt. Gibbo, would you believe it? It's upstairs. Gibbo got me a white t-shirt. I won't show you. I'll wear it sometime because it ruins me. There's skill. No, there's not. There's technology. That's the word. White balance. You see. So if I wear white, it blows up all me white balance. I look even more red than what I actually am. You'd be all saying, Jesus Murphy under pressure, you know. But anyway, this t-shirt has Murph on the right across the middle. It's like Top Gun, but it has Murph. And this was me party piece. Had Expo up to the bar. Had a t-shirt on under my shirt, and you just do the Superman maneuver. Brilliant. Brilliant! Right. I thought it was brilliant. Mr. Two-Tone sat across the room and other people just said, you're so sad. Like, what's actually wrong with you? But I thought it was lovely. But anyway, it's all kicking off now. And there's football on tonight as well, as isn't there? And tomorrow night. As the World Cup continues for your favourite team, if you have one. And I don't know, I can't get into soccer. I've been watching it. On me eyelash or on me eyebrow. And where are you going? Refill the water for the cat. She bought this cat fountain thingy, right? And yeah, I know she uses it. Fucking cat is looked after in this house. Like do you know? Us mere humans, us mere mortals, the humans, the cat. But yeah, the soccer. I don't know. You know, your man me leg. Oh, matter, me tib has smashed me fib, and it has to be amputated. Don't mind the fact I'm wearing shin pads. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ruined the sport. You need GAA. You know, get about 30 lads onto the pitch, beating the crap out of each other for the good 80 minutes. Yes, that's sport. But anyway, that's my rant over. But yes, hope you're all keeping well, and you've been flying. Right, you know, keeping busy in the sim on the heels of FS Expo. It's been very busy with a lot of new releases. A lot of them came from SayIntentions, and I've been having a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun with SayIntentions, and they're continuing to bring us more stuff and things. Keep an eye out on the old socials over the next few days because they're flat out all the stuff they're able to do. But anyway, where's this now? Imagine your commentary on the football, Murph. You'd be rubbish. There's number 10 now, passing it to number 6. First cousin of number 7. It wouldn't be worth it. Wouldn't be worth it. I was watching a bit of Jeff earlier on. I had him on in the background building this table where I invented many new interesting words. Oh, come here. Before I get onto that, I nearly had a terrible accident. Well, I did have a terrible accident, right? Before the stream, it says, right, cold shower, because it's hot. And I was upstairs and getting ready to walk from the bedroom into the shower, and whatever move I made, the left foot, baby toe, collided, instantly collided with my trainers that were under the bed. Oh, the pain. And I nearly ended up in the spare bathroom, the ensuite, as you know, but we don't use that. Well, the missus uses it, but nearly ended up in there, the pain. I've always noticed, I don't know, does this happen in your house? If you're like the dad in your house, do you know when you cause yourself unbelievable grievous bodily harm, excruciating pain? Do you find that your family laugh when this happens? Instead of trying to console you, oh, you poor devil, they're there. No, they laugh at you, right? That's what I got today. Nearly had to get my toe out. The whole leg nearly had to come off. My toe was killing me. But anyway, so I bashed my toe. Yeah, proper bash me toe. So now we're up to date. Oh yeah, that's what we were saying. With putting the table together, and Jeff, I was listening to Jeff in the background, and he's talking about the upcoming, that small little indie dev game, Grand Theft Auto 6 or something it's called. But anyway, he was showing I saw the trailer. The first one, I was like, oh, cool, we got a new GTA. Then I saw the second trailer. I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. And then they said, yeah, well, we're making it, but you're not getting it till, you're much older. For God's sake. But anyway, the pre-orders start tomorrow. As I think Gibbo put that in the chat there the other day as well. Pre-orders, right? And they have different modes and all this jazz. But on Jeff's stream, he looks at the poster details. He goes, right, and all the different bits. I tell you this much, lads, if it's half as good as what the trailers are, and what the features that they're talking about. That's going to be mad. A show of hands here in our live studio audience. One's in chat. That's number one. One's in chat if you've played Grand Theft Auto. If you've played a Grand Theft Auto and you're like, yeah, this is my jam. This would be interesting to see how many of you lot actually play the game, right? And then put out 2 in the chat if it's of absolutely no relevance to you whatsoever. You'd rather play chess against yourself in the dark, outside, in the rain, right? So this would be interesting. Lots of 1s, a smidgen of 2s over the top. Oh, jeez, there's a lot of 2s, look. Hang on a second, we need to do like a proper poll here. This is kind of like, this could divide the community straight down the middle. Could you imagine? Jesus. This is a hot topic. Look at this, I'm seeing all 2s and 1s. Now I've just realised this is going to make the intro go a little bit longer because, no, I didn't think. But anyway, one if you're having a laugh, if you think you're buying a console for 6. Wait, what? One if you're having a laugh, or if you think I'm buying a console, right? I don't know, lads. 53, Grandassa, yeah. In Ireland, it's called Grand Theft Egypt. Yeah. Or the north side. Brilliant, right? Adam Controls, meanwhile, is like, spitting out all sorts of wine and brew.
Sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Jesus, they turned off the lights. Right. But very interesting to see. It's very much... look at it. It's halfway. Half of you lot play it. Half of you lot don't like it at all. This could be terribly interesting. What's going to happen? But anyway, yes, so Grand Theft Auto, of course, you can pre-order the gadget tomorrow, and there's all various different kind of editions you can get. Now, it is due to release November 19th on console, or only console, Xbox or PlayStation. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just for the, the lols, as the kids do say. No, I've crossed the threshold where I can't be cool and hip and with it. Yeah, right, But anyway, we shall ramble in because we've lots to cover tonight, lads. Very exciting, or very excited about all the flight simulation stuff that we get to check out, right? Right, let's start. ABU Inspector, good evening. CP65 is here. Mrs. TPHI rolls upside down and then back over it again. She goes, hello, Murph and Fireflies. And she even wrote it upside down. Good evening, Mrs. Creo is here from County Mayo. Welcome aboard. Malky Mac is in the house. Chalk's a very good evening. Where is this now? It's hot as balls, so my midweek shuffling is going to be half-hearted at best. Midweek shuff. There's no L anymore. It's just shuff. That'll do. Viper Strike, good evening. Who else come in now? Eamon 1973. Good day, Eamon. Hope you're well. Commander Balosh is here. 35 degrees. In Germany. Jesus. North Coast Mike, good evening. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Happy Wednesday. Who else now? Willow How Much is here. Good to see you, bud. Buttons. Mech Mancer's in the house. Super Tie. Sup? Hope you're well, Super Typhon. 98 Vulcan is here. 13.8 degrees. And it's raining in Gosford, Australia. You're very welcome in, buddy. Vacuum is in the house. The Boise is here. Who else come into the parlour now? Look. Heisenberg checking in from across the pond. Good to see you, buddy. Norse Viking says, getting ready for some news. You best believe it. Helric is here. Good evening. I say Helric. It's Elric. Is it Elric or Helric? I thought I got it right. You said I got it right the other day, and I can't remember which one. Right. Toto2495, happy hump day, and a very warm welcome to you and to Mrs. Toto. Hope you're well. Tarnish Mossman, good evening. Mugan is here. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat. Good to see you. He's live from his pool in the paddling pool. Yes. He's sub-aqua. Yeah, underwater. That's what's happening right now. That's all you can hear. But good. That was very good. I should do sound effects for like people underwater. Think about it, lads. Jesus, Murphy, you underwater. Shit. I'm just saying, many skills, traits, abilities. Yeah, right. Nick is here. Greetings from hot as balls, Cambridgeshire. Yes, you're welcome in, and but nothing we can do. We're all in the same boat. Stick Figure, good evening. Linny Bobbins is here. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Welcome aboard. Where's this now? Mr. TPHI. He can't stay long. He has a fundraiser to do. Well, best of luck in the fundraiser, my dude. Stu Snape is here. Good evening, Stu. Hope you're well. Stu is dead to me. You know, himself a Muse fan. The relationship status has died. Hasn't really, but it has, because they offer me not compliments, Not pick-me-ups, not at all. Bad things, terrible things, naughty things, right? Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce and wolfy. Good to see you, bud. Who else come in now? Goblin Zeus, good evening. Chuck H630 has subscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much indeed, Chuck. Good to see you, bud. Sunjammer says, evening all, 33 degrees tomorrow or today, and it's down to 28 now. Yeah, like we're 25 now. It's starting to drop, but like it'll be shower after the news, I'm telling you. Soaring AJ has rambled aboard. AJH. I'm Pierce is here. David Bay, good evening. Paparazzi is in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Who else now come in? Belbro is here. Happy Wednesday. 180 stream streaks in a row. Almost feels like 180 degrees at the moment, says Stu. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. 180 streams, man. Crazy. Flying tonight, it wasn't that long ago we were all moaning about the cold ice and snow. And it won't be long before we're doing it again, but let us have our moment of moaning. It's very important to us. Oh, it's so hot, and then, it's so cold. We never complain that things are just like, oh, it's terribly grey, mundane, nothing happening. We don't complain when it's like, meh. It's terribly meh. I'm going to start complaining when things go meh, right? Oh, it's terribly meh. But anyway, Colonel Indiana Longnuts is in the house. The intro is longer than the pre-flight. You better believe it. Yeah, right. Did you expect anything different? Blinky is here, good evening. MacVision, welcome aboard. Airlock Doc, same old, same old. I know there is no more ice. I'll settle for ice cream. Even bad flavours. Making a bath. I had an ice cream earlier on. I had a Dunn Stores Cornetto equivalent or adjacent. I don't know what it was called, but it was vanilla and chocolate, and it tasted like more. But it didn't. It was cold. But you need like an ice. What you call them in America? Popsicle. You need like an ice lolly. Like a Calippo or now a loop-de-loop. A loop-de-loop. Now that would sort out your troubles straight away. Do you know? But anyway, Mrs. Toto is here. Hi everyone. So hot in Southampton. I burnt my bum on the motorbike seat. Ouch. Do you have a motorbike? Jesus, you learn things every day. We can just picture it now. Yourself and Mr. Toto. Does he have his own motorbike? Or do you go together? Right. Does it be like a scene out of Top Gun? Chasing planes and all that kind of stuff. Not the other thing. Right? Jesus. Wait, what's that? There's something on my screen. Right. Good to see you, Mr. Toto. And yeah, it's. I can imagine a bike hot as bejesus. You know what I mean? Hot as bejesus. Because I used to have one. Would you believe it? I had a hog. Yes. It was a Suzuki Intruder. 125 cubic something cc's. What does cc stand for again? Right. Cubic centimeters. Jesus. Oh, yeah. I had about 8 horsepower. The lawnmower used to rival this thing, but it was beautiful. I mean, this thing was gorgeous. Covered in chrome, beautiful leather panniers, saddlebags. It could do 70 miles an hour if you tried. But because it's a motorbike, like a hog, you wouldn't try in case, the front wheel fell off. But yeah, I had a midlife crisis a couple of years ago when I bought a motorbike. I drove it to work twice and I said, well, let's be real about things. I mean, you'd need to be a special kind of stupid to fall out of a car. However, you can fall off a friggin' motorbike terribly easily. So I said, right, these are dangerous, so I put it away. Real story. I must show you a picture someday. But anyway, who else is here? I'm Pierce, welcome in. Latka is in the house. Shuffle Shoes. Shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. The Dameranian, welcome aboard. Super Ty says 21 degrees with a thunderstorm watch. Ooh. 21 degrees, we take that. Now, let me see. Onboard simulations, been patiently waiting for the Falcon. Very good. It'll be, realistically, it's going to be about 45 minutes because we go through the news as well. But if you want to stay, hang around for the news. If not, maybe, walk around the garden or set a watch. But you're very welcome in. Greetings from an overly hot and overly anxious Scotland. We've Brazil later. Oh, Scotland are against Brazil, are they? Jesus. Flying Trits, good evening. I used to have spare cash before I joined this community. Right? Brilliant. Now, Dan is here. Good to see you. Help, I'm burnt to a crisp. I spent the day fishing. Did you catch anything? It touched 40 degrees today working in London. 40 degrees in London. Jesus, lads. So the new desk stays where it is and the legs go up and down. It was doing that earlier on, yeah. Devil Fly is here. Good to see you from Southern California. Hello from Tipperary. Welcome aboard. Now, let me see. A Ginger Goth. I'm telling you, Ireland needs sombreros now, says Gregor. I'd rock a sombrero, I'd say. Right. Canada playing Switzerland this evening. I am torn. Should I ignore it or really ignore it? I'm not a sports ball. I'm not a sports ball guy. Airlock, I like that. Greetings from Texas, says Paparazzi. 33.3 degrees at present. Hiding the wallet due to Contrail and Just Flight. Yes. Mr. Lard is here. Good to see you. 34 degrees in Kent. David Bay. Jesus. That's warm. Death's Angel is here. Good evening. And thank you for 55 streams in a row. Welcome aboard. Papa Justify, welcome in. Lads, it's great to see so many people here. Just Roy is here. Good to see you, buddy. Tier 2 for 27 months. Roy, thank you very, very much indeed for all your support. Good to see you. It's 8 p.m. and it's 31 degrees here in Brum. I'm telling you. Onboard Simulation says, I don't like football, but if England are playing, I do tune in just to make sure they're losing. Jesus. Meanwhile, half the chat goes, huh? Brilliant. Now, where's this now? Once was enough. Yeah. We've got highs of 37 degrees tomorrow. Wow. It's in hockey. Someone will get a puck in the face, lose all of his chiclets, and be out the next shift looking for a fight, says Mr. TPHI. Telling you. CP says 32 degrees where he is. Probably will get hotter. Whoa. Checked in while visiting Trinity, Newfoundland. Ooh, nice one, Chuck. Now, let me see. We're nearly there. Gerard is here. Good evening. This is why I live by myself. Only the neighbours can judge me. Right? Never hurt yourself in front of me. Yeah, right. That's never happened at all, Mr. TPHI. Most of the times we laugh, but we double it up for Murph. My family is happiest when I'm injured. So it's not just me. This is great news. Me mum was in hysterics when I had a tree come down on me leg. But to be fair, that was just her getting me back for laughing at her falling off a tram in Blackpool. Jesus. The impossible face. Very good. Now, what goes into pre-order? Skippy, good to see you, buddy. Grand Theft Auto 6 tomorrow. Grand Theft Auto 6. So many people saying, look, all the number ones, and then we have the handful of the number twos. It's going to be... That sounded really strange. But yes, that's right. Interesting. Dazza is here. Good evening. Hope you're well. Sumner is here from Milwaukee. Good evening, buddy. Hope all is well in Milwaukee. It's way too hot. Streaking. Two dogs. Greetings from Wisconsin. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well, buddy. 15 degrees in Beer City. Nice. That 15 is grand. Willow How Much says, me wallet is going to cry over the next few days. Yeah. Pretty much. One Fly Air is here. Good evening. Hope you're well, buddy. Frequency is in the house. Ian Fisher, good to see you. 38 degrees near Marseille, France this afternoon, but a lot of the region in France got above 40 degrees. Yeah, very, very hot in France. Europe is getting lashed out of it as well, you know. So they're in the same line with me. Old veteran 965. Scott, a very good evening. Dazza says, I make that noise when I fart in the bath. Does that mean I have a talent? Good man, Dazza. Way to bring the whole thing into question. Right. Firewolf Captain's good to see you. I much prefer cold over hot. Yeah, right. The coming Saturday, we're getting a heat record, 41 degrees. I'm moving to Lapland. Totally not my weather, says Roy. Whoa. It's supposed to be 105 Fahrenheit in Frankfurt today. Yeah. The Germans are getting lashed out of it. Well, the temp is one thing, but coupled up with fierce humidity, says Bellbro. Yes. Never heard Murph complain at all, says Retriever Neil. Yeah, me neither. I've never heard myself complain about anything. Ever. Yeah, I'm a positive kind of guy. Get your ice creams in Aldi. They're great. Aldi ice creams, though. Zith, are they nice? I could fair go... I could fair go a fab the now. The impossible face, your keyboard isn't working. I can't understand you. I could fair go a fab the now. We do nothing better in the UK than talking about the weather. Always got something to say about it. It's either too warm or too cold. Indeed. Now, you sound a little loopy. I'm always loopy. Steiny's here. Good to see you, Steiny. Zybok Dog calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Good to see you. I go for a loop-de-loop after a few drinks. Jesus. Airlock Doc is checking in from that mad place. Oh, look, I got it right. You know, Leanne Farr, that place in Wales, right? Brilliant. You tried to break the bot and failed. Do you have stabilizers on it? Right? AI, could you picture Merv on an underpowered trike sucking on a Calippo with a spider? No, Steiny, stay away from that. You have a Honda CB125 from 1982, says Tarnish. Ooh. Merv, to be fair, you can you can more easily fall out of your chair as well. That is more likely, indeed. The release. All right. Muse fan is here, grand. Muse, you're back. We waited for you. Good evening. Hope you're well. Smoking like a true Canadian, right? 27.2 S. McConnell with a chance of thunderstorms. Yikes. Excited for IL2 Korea tomorrow. Firewolf, that's out tomorrow. Ooh, that could be interesting. PC version is widely expected to arrive late 2027 or 2028, says the Boise. Jesus. Interesting. Feebro, good to see you. I much prefer playing Grand Theft Auto on the PC because you can mod it. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Robert is here. Hello from Norway. Hello from Ireland. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. A. Crotty is here. Don't think I'll be able to stay for the whole stream as the dog needs walking. That's okay. You can take us with you. Texas One Flyboy is in the house. 37 degrees at the moment. You're welcome to try me 3-wheeled motorcycle when you're in Texas. Not as easy to fall off. You have a trike? Oh, that's fantastic, Tex. Brilliant. The Joker's laughing gas. Hello. Welcome aboard, buddy. Hope you're well. Roy says, today, trying to eat an ice cream before I had the first bite. Only the stick was left. You literally blinked and the whole thing just disappeared. Brilliant. Vex Freeze. Good evening, Vex. Hope you're well. Lads, the heat. Jesus, it's roasting. Right, quick hello to our friends on YouTube. Shamrock Minimums, welcome aboard. Kubi Montana is here. Anna Crussels, welcome in. Dave is in the house. Raiden is here. Welcome in, buddy. Good day from Mexico. Ooh. Roll Tide, good evening. JP Gaming's in the house. Ernie Yet is here. Welcome aboard. Northland Air, a very happy Wednesday. Black Sheep Jean from San Jose has checked in with some toe bashing. Good to see you, Jean. Jamie Coyle is here. Good to see you, Jamie. Visualize, welcome aboard. Mark Scars, good to see you. Sleeveless Joe, welcome aboard from Philadelphia. Flyboy Dyer is here. And Jean says, I woke up this morning and said it's Wednesday. I heard a noise and when I put me pants on, I realised me wallet was gone. The wife says, it will return tomorrow. You see, that's the system we need when we're looking at this stuff tonight. I'm telling you, lads, there's mad stuff we're going to see tonight. Mad stuff. Prepare yourselves. iFly has a hot fix for the 737 MAX. Oh, do they? Ooh, brilliant. I felt sorry for me body shop staff, so I bought them all ice creams but forgot to count myself in. Neil, you big idiot. Wait now, need to pour another pint of water, says Airlock. Right, lads, will we get into it? Who's this now? Is it Quid T-Man? Welcome aboard. Right, come on. We'll do one of these, look. And come on over here. So, this is the upcoming Falcon 50, or the FA50 from Contrail. And we won't get too excited just yet because I need to cover the news. But if you're looking forward to getting an idea what this airplane is all about, well, we will be checking this out this evening, right? We have been absolutely just spoiled with the number of new business jets in the sim. FS Reborn releasing the Phenom, the FSR 300E, an absolutely gorgeous aircraft, and with a never before seen feature set built by Jeppesen when it comes to putting in our own FBOs. And that aircraft has had 11 updates with way more patches due to release over the coming days and weeks. Then we saw the excellent Skyward Sim Sovereign, the Sovereign Plus. Beautiful airplane as well. I've been flying that the last couple of Thursdays. I think we're flying it tomorrow. And just great, beautiful airplane to fly. This aircraft is due to release tomorrow. And it's based on Dassault's Falcon 50. It's a three engines, tri-jet, business jet. And Dassault over the last number of years, I mean, they've been really pushing capabilities when it comes to the business jets. The Irish Air Corps, for example, have a Dassault 6X, right? And the 5X, of course, is beautiful as well. These are gorgeous looking aircraft. So tonight's mission, once we clear down through the news, we're going to have a look at this. We're going to listen to the sounds, look at the features, and just to give you guys an idea. The only mission I have is to try and provide you guys with information. If you're thinking about buying an add-on, because let's face it, add-ons, regardless of the price, well, money's hard to come by, right? And there's nothing worse if you buy something and it just doesn't give you that wow factor and it stays in your virtual hangar, gathering virtual dust. It can happen, right? We all have aircraft sitting that we haven't used in ages. But again, the plan is, if I can show the aircraft or the add-on, be it scenery or otherwise, show it off in such a way that answers any of the questions you might have. Hey, can it do this? Can it do that? That's the objective, right? So, yeah, very much looking forward to getting this machine up and running. 5X was a prototype. Okay. Yeah, like the 6X. Did you ever see it? Do a quick Google there of the Falcon 6X. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Beautiful. But yeah, we're going to be checking out this machine here now in a moment. Murph, will you have an interview with the developers like you did with Raoul? Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Raoul is very, very good to me. He's able to give me the time of day. Developers are busy. These guys are busy. This is Contrail's first aircraft, and we have to remember this. This is their first aircraft release. Brand new development team, brand new developer, and it's quite exciting to say, well, look, there's a new developer in town. This is their first aircraft, the inaugural aircraft for Contrail. That in itself is very exciting, because it just gives us more options. You know, more options. If you're another developer, you're like, oh, crud, here's another bit of competition. But I think with the business jets we've seen released so far, be it the Phenom, the Sovereign, and very soon to be this, they're all kind of offering something a little bit different between them. It's, you know, a business jet isn't just a business jet. And you get that because, I mean, we have the Falcon, or not the Falcon, we have the Citation X from Flight Effects, right? And also the P150, granted she's a turboprop, but that's going to be getting a major update in the coming days as well, which is going to be pretty cool, right? So we will be having a look at this machine in a little bit more detail in just a moment, right? Max Verstappen had one of these, I think. Yeah. Maybe it's a 900. But yeah, as I said, we'll have a look at all this here now in a moment. Before that, though, we will go over to our screen and ding, hello, tabs on the screen. And we're going to catch up with this week's Flight Sim news. And all this is brought to us thanks to SayIntentions. They look after us here on the channel, and it gives us, well, we're able to do things like this. So shout out to SayIntentions. And of course, we do have news from SayIntentions as well. So over to MSFS add-ons.com, and a shout out to Vasco for providing all this news for us. And Latvia 4's Airbus A380. It's now available for Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Now, of course, this release is ahead of the I&I Bill's A380, but after fly-by-wires. So, Latvia 4, well, huh? The new take on the A380-800 is now available, arriving while Builds, the developer, most people were waiting to see the Super Jumbo. No release window just yet, but the aircraft on the marketplace for 2020 and 2024, it's PC and Xbox. PC only if you're on 2020. The Xbox version for 2020 is still being worked on. It's priced at $39.49 US, which is the very top of what Latvia 4 charge for, right? The feature list published by the developers is a bit of a surprise. Latvia 4's aircraft generally arrived as accessible sim-native renditions rather than study-level simulations. So the A380 seems to be a step up from something like their A340, at least on paper. Now, according to Latvia 4, the aircraft ships with a fully advanced FMS covering SIDS, stars, approaches, holes, step climbs, secondary flight plans, and tools such as ETP, fix info, and offset. The studio say the autopilot and auto thrust implement every managed and schedule mode, along with a Cat 3 dual autoland, RNAV and FLS approaches, and also a managed step climb system that handles the aircraft's step down or step fixes on its own. And then there's more. Latvia 4 say that the A380 includes a live eCam. There's about 80 wired warning, caution and memo messages, each with inline procedures and flight phase inhibition, plus live hydraulics, a full electrical bus map, and multi-tank fuel system with automatic transfers. Fuel jettison with visual effects, brake to vacate runway targeting when Navigraph data is present, synthesized brake temperatures, and an IRS alignment that runs a realistic 11-minute countdown. The two engine options include that of the Rolls-Royce Trent 970s and the Engine Alliance GP 7200s. They are presented as fully independent configurations, each with its own performance tables, thrust behaviour, and even FADEC logic. On the visuals, the developer takes advantage of 2024's native technology. Latin VF4 describe a clear coat paint system with real-time rain response, working windshield wipers, and progressive weathering system that builds brake dust, exhaust soot, and hydraulic staining across your flights. There's also a leading-edge erosion, icing and snow accumulation, and even desert dust effect specific to the Emirates variants. The studios say real-time computational fluid dynamics model, the full airframe, including all 4 nacelles, and the aircraft is certified for 2024's career mode. Like, this is a lot. Latin VF4, as we said, they always made nice aircraft. They'd be kind of slightly tweaked default. You know, they'd make a couple of custom changes. They do the interiors and you get a barrel load of liveries. This one is quite different. This would appear to be very much on a kind of a flagship side of what they're working on, right? So their Airbus A380, it's available right now. Has anyone tried this? I'd love to get your feel for it. If you'd like us to check it out, we're more than happy to check it out. There's different levels. Like, considering we have an A380 available by fly-by-wire, which would be, you know, I wouldn't even say entry level. That's just the entry. That's just level, right? This is now released by Latin VF4. I'm very excited to see the Inibills one because we saw the trailer and we saw like just the detailing, the texture work, the systems, the logic behind the systems. I'm very much looking forward to that. But this is a pleasant surprise, especially, you know, maybe console as well. You know, without that kind of very high level. It's hard to know. It's hard to know. I don't know. Like, I haven't flown it. On paper, this looks to be very, very good. Graphics from the trailer, yeah, they look a little bit, you know, but the price point would probably reflect that, right? Like, there is a clear difference based on what we can see here versus the, you know, the Inibills trailer. Like, quality is just different kettle of fish, you know what I mean? So I don't know, they're kind of going for the middle road. That's what it looks like. Looks very nice. But yeah, very surprised from Latin VF4. Interesting. It's available right now over in the marketplace, as I said, and you can pick it up for about what was it, $39.49 US dollars. So with taxes, probably about 45 euro maybe, or about £40, you know. But anyway, let's see what the story is. Great stuff from Latin VF4. Good to see them kind of pushing forward. This isn't necessarily on my radar. Like, the A380, I haven't flown it much. Gibbo twisted my arm to fly the Flybuyer one, and I loved it. But then we got the transition into 24. I'm very excited to see the Inibills one. I mean, that's what I'm waiting for the Inibills one before I jump back into this again. But that does look pretty cool. Now, over to A2A, their legacy RG550, their planned release, well, it's slipped a little bit. They've pushed it back to Q3 of this year, as they keep finding new details inside the real aircraft. Now, to give you a bit of backstory, the AccuSim Legacy RG55 or 550, it won't arrive with Q2 window that they set for it. They've now pushed it back a little bit. The reason why they've pushed it back a little bit, usually what happens here, the development team will say to Scott Gentile, hey, Scott, you know, will you go off, do a flight, because we're trying to make sure that this equals that and this should then equal that. So Scott's like, yeah, no worries. He'll go out for a flight and then he'll notice something. Oh, hang on, look, we can model this. So Scott then comes back to the team and he gives them like 10 other things to add to the aircraft. And that's literally what's after happening here. If you guys remember from A2A's first release when it came to the Comanche, how deep and just how kind of roll up your sleeves and hands-on Scott gets with the aircraft. So every single bit of the aircraft is translated using AccuSim. It's no different when it comes to the legacy RG550. Because it's very much the case, Scott will jump in, go for a flight, and just come back with like, hey, we need to do this. You know, I was flying today and the plane did that. That's the sort of feedback you're getting, which makes A2A very unique when it comes to add-on developers. It makes them quite unique because they literally have the aircraft and Scott flies the aircraft. Jake flies them as well. They've at least two on their team that hop into the airplane with all the recording gear and start matching the numbers. Like, that's incredible. Hence, we get such a high fidelity simulation of specifically the aircraft behavior. Where we're looking at, we say Nick from Black Square, he has absolutely nailed the systems, the logic, all of the back end of the aircraft. He's nailed that. The Black Square fleet is superb. Where A2A still have that uniqueness, it's the fact that they can jump into the plane, take it for a spin, and bring that information directly back into the sim. It's quite amazing when you think about it. So that's why there's been a slight delay to the product. And this is a story here. Scott has made several trips back to the real aircraft, and the reoccurring pattern on those visits. A quick trip turns into, I just realised something, lads. And then the something, the developer says, usually becomes another sound, another system behavior, or another small quirk that the team wants in the simulation. This is pretty cool, right? When A2A first announced this, I was like, a legacy, I mean, Then I saw the legacy that came from Flight Simware, and I was very impressed with that. I said, oh, hang on a second, this is a great plane. And they've done really well, and they're still updating theirs. That's a super airplane. A2A, as I say, they just have that level of uniqueness that if you're looking for kind of the pinnacle of what the plane is doing, what it actually does, more so than just the systems or audio, keep an eye on this. Also, A2A announced their roadmap, so we know there's other aircraft coming into the fleet, including that of a 172, a 182 as well. We'll see those next year, but yeah, very much looking forward to what A2A are going to deliver with this. And the fact that we kind of have this insight now, you know, check out A2A's YouTube channel. Scott has a load of videos of him just, you know, arsing around at the airport and jumping in the plane and doing it. It's mad, right? Pretty cool. Now, moving on, Contrail's Falcon 50. It's due to release tomorrow. We have it here this evening. We're going to showcase it. But just to remind everybody, it's going to be released tomorrow on Contrail for both 2020 and 2024. There is a trailer there we can have a quick look at as well. It's a big release. As I mentioned, it is Contrail's first aircraft, which is pretty awesome to see. And it's exciting. It's also a tri-jet business jet, which is pretty cool as well. Now, there's a fair bit of systems depth in this aircraft as well, such as they have been deliberate on the way they chose to depict the cockpit. Rather than a single fixed configuration, developers say it's modelled the commonly seen EFIS upgrade, pairing a digital Collins 85C EFIS with a Garmin MX20 MFD and also a GNS XLS flight management computer. That puts the FA50 at an interesting crossroads, somewhere between a 1970s tri-jet that has been retrofitted over the decades. And that's exactly how many of these aircraft still fly in the real world today. They were built with the old, but they have been upgraded with the new. They also say deliberately avoided a showroom finish. The team describes the cockpit as having a used, lived-in look, which is meant to match the story of an aircraft that has been flying and upgraded for years. And that's what they're aiming for. It's a design choice that won't suit everyone. Maybe they want the brand new shampoo aircraft, but it does fit the character of this aircraft. So the Falcon comes to a fairly uncrowded part of the marketplace, as we know. But of course, we've seen the likes of FS Reborn's Phenom, the Citation Sovereign, and the likes of add-ons such as JetCard. Of course, we know the story of On Air. You've a lot of options now to go the kind of the corporate pilot route, which is just awesome. It's an incredible lifestyle. What we get in the package. The feature set has grown across the development cycle. Most of it was confirmed in earlier updates. On the system side, Contrail say the aircraft includes a custom autopilot, a true weather radar with support for Sim Update 5's tilt feature, a data link weather displayed on the MX20 and XLS. Ground operations get plenty of attention too. You have a self-service fueling panel, a torque link connect and disconnect function, native GSX compatibility, animated passengers and logo lights. 2024 users also get the enhanced EFB with Navigraphs integration. As for the real thing, the Falcon 50, well, it's a long-range tri-jet certified up to flight level 490 and capable of high subsonic cruise. And beyond its business jet role, it has served with several armed forces, including the French Navy and also the Portuguese Air Force, right? Release date set for tomorrow through the Contrail shop. I've no prices for you, but we'll learn a lot more about this aircraft here now in a moment. There's a quick trailer we're going to look at. Norton Air says Taog's work in progress. Dauphin manual is now live on the website. I put a picture up on Discord earlier on as we jump to a different story. But where is this now? I put a picture up earlier on because they confirmed the liveries coming on that Dauphin. Did you see it? Like, absolutely holy mother of J, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Where is this now? Photos and media. Check this thing out. Look at the state of this. A Dauphin is on the way, lads. 'Tis on the way. So very, very, very excited about that aircraft release. Don't know when, don't know how much, don't know all that, but yeah, you know, let's see what happens. Monty is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Right, moving on. Let's have a look at this trailer here. We'll probably go over to YouTube for this. I can't use their audio, lads. We get in trouble, so we'll just we'll do our own audio and see what you think here, right? So we'll do one of these, one of those. Oh, they've discotheque music and everything. Brilliant, look. And we'll do one of these. I'll press the button here now, look. So Contrail's Falcon 50 or FA50 due to release tomorrow. We're going to be checking this out on the stream now in a moment, lads. So great trailer done by Aviation Lads, as always. The Boise, we got you covered. We'll be talking about EFBX there now in a little bit. So great news there from Contrail. Moving on, Got Friends. They've wound down their 2020 catalogue, or winding it down, as the Tailorcraft, the BC-12D, gets a live page and a teaser. Now, after months of teasers, a physics demo, and a full feature reveal back in April, the Tailorcraft BC-12D has reached the stage that usually sits right before release. A live product page with a price attached. Got Friends have published the page on the website. They listed the classic tail dragger at $24.99 and marked it as pre-release preview, which is to say that you can look, but you can't touch, kind of thing. Alongside it, the studio put out a dedicated 2020 teaser trailer and a selection of new in-sim screenshots. Now, when Got Friends pulled the curtain back on this, they were targeting a release in May, with closed beta underway and no firm date. May has since come and gone without the launch, but the storefront has now been activated. This looks to be very, very, very close to releasing, right? The second thread running underneath this, Got Friends have positioned the Tailorcraft as its final build for 2020. The Tailorcraft is built for both sims and it ships with downloads for each, but the studio it represents a closing chapter before everything ahead, including the Super Cub, goes native into 2024. Now, looking at the trailer here, and I was very impressed by this from Got Friends. Got Friends, unfortunately, weren't at FS Expo. I didn't see the lads there, and the studio themselves have been quiet. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, that usually is when they're flat out busy, and it makes sense. Got Friends, I'm sure we'll all agree, they make some of the coolest general aviation aircraft in the sim. They're a first-party partner, and the Norden is, or not the Norden, what's it called? Is it not the Norden? Do you know the mad tail dragger we did for our stall course? Like, I think it's an Norden. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible, right? And we've seen them already give us a nice kind of mix of different aircraft. I'm very excited for this because, you know, the Wilga, of course, the Aeropract I enjoyed, but this is something kind of more closer to, you know, out the bush, right? What's very impressive here is the physics. So yeah, you can see the friggin' cowling cover for the engine open up, the handles on the inside, they're all moving and reacting. And of course, it is a beautiful model. This aircraft looks absolutely stunning. It's exactly the sort of thing you'd find out the back country in the likes of Alaska or in Canada, especially in the amphibian version or the sea boat, the boat plane version. It's a very pretty looking airplane, that kind of classic look. And with the physics, I mean, you forget to close the door, it'll, as you can see, it'll pop up and scare the crap out of you. So very excited to see this aircraft release. And as I say, Gotfriends make gorgeous, gorgeous airplanes. So we don't have the release date just yet, but the product page is now live, and I'm very much looking forward to this Tailorcraft from Gotfriends. They make beautiful aircraft. The team, the Gotfriends team, they're some of the nicest people you can meet. Jonks and the lads, they're just sound, right? They're just, Mike Road is there as well. They're really, really nice people. They're all for having a good time. They're just sound lads. Very excited to see this aircraft release for them, and we'll have to be planning some flights with it as well. Now, a Red Bull Air Race champion beat Murphy at FS Expo, but he also helped shape DSD's take on the Extra 330 SC for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Aerobatic aircraft are one of the smaller corners of the sim, and one that gets, and the one that succeeds to win on single quality, how the airplane feels when you throw it around. That's the bar that DSD Simulations have set itself all the way back in January when it announced its first paid product with a bold claim about its flight modelling. 18 months later, that project has a name, a date, and a piece of pedigree it didn't have before. The Vortex SC, the aircraft we first covered as the Extra 300 or the Extra 330 SC, releases on July 16th through Orbex. Now, DSD say it was developed in close collaboration with Melanie Astley, French-British aerobatic champion who became the first woman to compete in the Red Bull Air Race. And for a developer whose central pitch has always been flight model accuracy, having a competition pilot of that standing consult on the handling, well, that's very good validation indeed. When they first got in touch, the aircraft was the Extra 330 SC, the firm's debut as a payware developer after a run of well-received freeware, which of course, the Hawker Sea Fury, the Percival Gull, and somewhere across those 18 months, the Extra 330 became the Vortex SC. DSD hadn't spelled out the reason, though dropping a trademark manufacturer name, it's a familiar step for sim developers working without an official license. Whatever the cause, the airframe on show in the new screenshots is a single-seat, unlimited monoplane that aerobatic fans will recognise straight away. So-called Jerry, good to see you. 50 seconds, Jerry. I'd say 11 seconds. You missed the intro by 11 seconds. Now, this is pretty cool, and the reason being is at FS Expo, we just saw a snapshot of what could be when it comes to the Red Bull Air Races as part of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is, it is fiercely competitive, but also a lot of fun. And the aircraft we get from Microsoft Nosobo, they're beautiful airplanes. But to see more coming in, especially now ones being validated by actual Red Bull race pilots, this is huge. This is massive. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what the crack is. So, said pilot, a multiple-time French aerobatic champion across competition levels. She joined the Red Bull Air Race Challenger class in 2016 as the first woman in the series, then took a maiden win in the Indianapolis in 2017, the first female race victory in the event's history. She flies an Extra 330 in real-world competition, so her involvement is a great fit. Think of like kind of Paddy Wagstaff back in the day. Low Tech, thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. 37 months, man. So DSD say she helped refine the handling toward the rapid roll response and energy management expected from a world-class aerobatic platform. And as ever with flight model claims, the proof will only arrive once the community has put real hours on the stick. Pardon me, but the collaboration gives the project a credible starting point that few aerobatic add-ons can actually do. So-called Jerry. 14 months, Jerry, you absolute mad lad. Tier 2 as well, look, Jesus. Thank you very much, buddy. Steve Stavros is here. Welcome in, buddy. Trying to boil us alive. The weather, right? Shocking. So, what would we get? On paper, the Vortex puts a lot of weight on configurability. Pilots can switch between analog and digital avionics suites, choose either a 3 or 4 blade propeller, and add or remove action cameras, wheel spats, aerials, and even an optional glass floor for those overhead airshow shots. The engine cowlings come off to reveal a fully modelled power plant underneath, and DSD say the visual options and effects will work in multiplayer. So formation flights and virtual displays should look correct for everyone in the session. The package ships with 28 liveries drawn from real aerobatic and display teams. We got loads of detailing in this. This is pretty cool looking. Audio has been produced by none other than Echo 19, the studio DSD partnered with from the outset, and a name that turns up across a lot of the high-end Microsoft Flight Sim aircraft. It also includes aerobatic smoke system tuned for displays, which pairs naturally with those liveries when you are trailing smoke across the show line. An important detail about compatibility, the Vortex will launch for both 2020 and 2024, but the DSD's Dan Smith told us the two builds are currently close to identical, with only a sound patch separating the 2024 version at release. A native 2024 rebuild is planned to follow later, so if you're on 2024 and expecting a ground-up native package from day one, well, it's worth keeping in mind. As for the price, €22 or 25 US dollars, and it's going to be available over on Orbex on July 16th. Pretty cool. Sim guy, good to see it. Now, Just Flight, another aircraft we're checking out tonight. Just Flight's full Fokker overview is here, and it shows just how deep the F70 and the F100 go. Now, before I even get into this, I had the chance to catch up with Martin and Scott back at FS Weekend, and we were just talking in general about these aircraft and how long they've been working on these aircraft. Just Flight, of course, we know when it comes to these classic airliners, they brought us the BAE 146, the Avro RJ, the F28, right? So it's not new to them. However, these aircraft, I mean, these pretty much were replaced by the likes of Airbus A320s, and there's a lot of logic that's shared between them, but of course the older aircraft had more manual kind of functions. The work that Just Flight have put into this aircraft, if there was ever anyone thinking Just Flight are nice but they can't do like the top tier high fidelity, this is going to change that opinion, because this is top tier high fidelity simulation going on. From the LNAV and VNAV capabilities alone, custom coded from the ground up with multiple revisions during the entire development cycle, the visuals, the sounds, and all the systems depth with these aircraft is absolutely top-notch. Top-notch stuff. I'm very excited for you guys to see these. This aircraft, it's very much a systems aircraft, the F70 and the F100. So, if there's a true line in the overview, is that the Fokkers are an evolution of the F28 and a substantial leap in ambition over the F28. The developer walks through a study-level system stack, a split AC and DC electrical system fed by batteries, GPU, APU, jetway power, or the engine-driven generators, a largely automatic bleed air and pressurization setup with manual landing altitude input, a fuel system with wing and center tanks and automatic transfer logic, and dual hydraulic systems that, when lost, drop the primary controls into direct input with servo tabs stepping in to lighten the load. All of this has been modelled in the aircraft. What makes it even more interesting is many of the real-world quirks have survived into the sim. The overview points out that both types are certified for flap zero takeoff, and it's actually the preferred setting when runway length is not a constraint, which is something that catches you off guard after years of flying some of the other aircraft. Right? Now, there's a massive video here. It's the full product overview from Just Flight. They really go into detail about this. If you're looking for an airliner, a classic airliner, that you absolutely want to sink your teeth in, you want to learn it, and you want to be rewarded for that learning, this is something that needs to be on your radar. Just Flight have made incredible aircraft. As far as developers go, don't forget, they updated their entire 2020 catalogue of aircraft into 2024 for free. They're an amazing studio, they're an amazing company, and you can see from the development side the evolution where they have been learning and tweaking and just getting better and better and better. And signs on, this aircraft has been available to content creators over the last couple of days, with Jamie flying it a lot. He loves it, and it's just class to see. If you're an Airbus A320 kind of pilot, you like flying it, you won't feel a million miles away from this aircraft. Naturally, the A320 replaced most of these. These are still operating to this day. is the F100s. They still fly. There's still some routes in the world that they're actually live on flight radar. So they're still in operation. Not too many of them, but they haven't been completely phased out yet. So you'll see the differences in logic. Like when it comes into the flight deck, you'll see these beautiful, the old, CVR screens and that. And the system's depth, it's absolutely shocking. Doesn't make it impossible to pick it up and go fly, but if you want to be able to master it and fully understand it, this will demand your absolute attention. As I said, it's going to be a rewarding aircraft to learn how to fly. From an FMS input, it's all there as well. And we have some nice things with the EFB where we can upload Navigraph, SimBrief, all the jazz is there as well. Just Flight's EFB has always been very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very practical. Very practical. It just works. Do you know what I mean? So that's all there as well. And apart from all of that, the visuals and the sounds of this aircraft are just stunning. They're just stunning, do you know? So we're going to have a look at this airplane here in a little while. Strictly speaking, there is no release date. There is no price. It hasn't been officially given to me, so I couldn't tell you what it is. I will say this, soon, very soon, right? Very, very soon. You can have your own custom music in the player. Yeah. We still have a limited amount of spare parts at Rolls-Royce. Aiming, right? It's mad, isn't it? So nothing official has been released when it comes to pricing. The F70 is going to be a standalone release. The F100 is a standalone release. Or if you want to buy them as a bundle, Just Flight will be doing a discount for them. I've already reached out to Just Flight. They will join us for an interview at some stage. They're flat out busy at the moment. But PQ definitely would love to have Martin or Scott on telling us about this project. It's pretty cool. So the lads are saying they got a message. It's going to be released tomorrow. Brilliant. You are going to enjoy it. We will be checking out this aircraft a little bit later on. But as I say, for anyone who enjoys airliner flying and you just want something different, right? Definitely have this on your radar and check it out. Do you know? Now, we got this news from Super Typhon the other day with Coronado bringing their Dornier DO228 into Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Now, the good thing when it comes to Coronado, they usually give you like a preview, and usually it takes about a month and then you'll see the aircraft. Dornier, of course, the DO228, a twin-engined aircraft, heavily used in the likes of Coast Guard based on its endurance and also just utilityness, cameras out the side and sensors and all of this sort of stuff. It's a mad looking machine. It's mad looking, right? The Dornier is just mad looking. It's a stall twin turboprop with a boxy, unmistakable shape, the kind of utility machine that turns up at short mountain strips, Coast Guard patrols, and on regional runs that larger turboprops just can't reach. Sprockets is here. Good to see you, bud. Up to now, there hasn't been a dedicated native payware Dornier 228 for Microsoft Flight Sim, and that looks to change because Coronado has confirmed it is working on one for Flight Sim 2024. Now, Coronado have done this aircraft on multiple sims. It had it in P3D and it had it on X-Plane. So it's not new to them. It's going to be interesting to see what Coronado can bring to this. We've seen a very good shift in capability and systems when it comes to Coronado over the last few releases. We're seeing things like physics playing when it comes to the instruments. We're seeing the main panel shake, rattle and roll. Flight modeling hasn't been too bad. Sounds haven't been too bad. Visually, Coronado are one of the best in the business. They just are. Their aircraft look gorgeous, but it never really kind of said, yeah, it's high fidelity or it's study level and all this jazz. They always make very pretty aircraft. I'm very excited for this because this is one of their legacy fleet. So they've had this airplane in their portfolio for years, well over a decade. So it'll be interesting to see what features they add to it. I'm very excited for this because it is, in its mad looking way, a very beautiful aircraft, retractable landing gear, twin propeller, and as I say, it's a utility aircraft. You'd often see it. The Dutch Coast Guard, for example, is one of them, to name but one. There's many, many more, right? So yeah, this could be for, in terms of variants, let's see what we get. Is it just going to be, well, we'll see here from some pictures, look. I mean, look at that. Isn't that class looking? How anyone thinks this isn't a cool looking plane. Now, I wonder, military one as well, look. I wonder will we get a cargo variant of it? I imagine we will. I hope we will. But it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? It looks gorgeous. I'd also like to see GTN 750 integration, which they probably will do, you know. Now, we mentioned this earlier, but Skyward Simulate, I can never pronounce Skyward simulations, they've updated their Citation Sovereign Plus. It's now up to 1.0.4, delivering a broad range of improvements across the aircraft. Right. On the avionics front, Skyward have introduced improved engine efficiency modelling tied to the bleed air, enhanced APU behaviour, additional aural alerts, and a variety of refinements to auto throttle, pressurisation, and CPDLC systems. Numerous bugs have also been addressed, including issues affecting brake logic, speed protection, standby instruments, external lighting compatibility, and Hoppy integration, while several behind-the-scene changes improved the robustness and data handling. On the visual side, new lighting details, improved interior interaction points, VR collision meshes, and refinements to areas such as the lavatory, the galley, and the engine effects have all been introduced. Exterior lighting has also been tweaked, and the landing gear geometry adjusted, and several visual quirks corrected. So there is an update for the Sovereign Plus, and you can pick that up. I got mine on Orbex. I think they're only on Orbex. No, Marketplace and Orbex. I got mine on Orbex, so I'm expecting to see an update in there. Great to see this from the Sovereign. As I said, we flown this last Thursday. We'll probably do it again tomorrow. We're just spoiled for these business jets. We've excellent business jets all of a sudden, and it's great to see. Tons of fixes here, though, so great work from them. Now, over to FlightSimTees.com, and a bit of news here. First and foremost, we have a lot of news here. First and foremost, there are new designs now available. Gibbo has been busy bringing new designs to the store, and you can see where all the new arrival stuff has all dropped in. But there's more than that, right? There's a whole load of stuff on the way. This is my favourite for this one. The sky is not my limit. It's my playground. Boom, shakaboo. Right, brilliant. But with Flight Sim Tees, it's not just t-shirts. They do hoodies, zuddies, and of course caps as well. However, there's a couple of things. You'll notice on the home page, there's a new little area, the summer sale, 25% off. What? 25% off. So this is stock that Gibbo has, and he's said, right, I'm going to put a sale out. And some of these are beautiful designs as well. So do be sure to check it out. These are sale items. It's the first time he's ever done a sale, and it's a 25% off sale, right? But not only that, there's huge news here. Right, I'm going to go into it. Where is it now? It's up here somewhere. Get to know us. Where's the blog? Check this out. Course correction to our flight plan. So this is a post that Gibbo put out on the blog, but I want you to have a listen to this. Happy summer. Here in Ireland, summer still mostly means grey skies, random rain showers, and that one glorious sunny day when we all immediately start complaining that it's too hot. Right. Today, I wanted to share a bit of news about Flight Sim Tees. We don't usually talk much about behind-the-scenes side of running the business because we'd much rather focus on creating products and serving the amazing community. However, we also believe in being open and honest, especially when changes are happening. Unfortunately, like so many businesses and households right now, they're not immune to the cost of, or the rising costs when it comes to materials, to the logistics, and so on and so forth. A customer in the USA recently got in touch after placing an order. By the time everything was added up, the total cost of receiving a single t-shirt was nearly 3 times the price of what Flight Sim Tees actually sell it for. What? First, shipping from Ireland to the US costs around €22, or about $25, even using standard postal services. That's completely outside of Flight Sim Tees' control. If they were doing 100,000 orders a day, well then they can go to a logistics company and say, we need, lower rates. It's just impossible. How can you expect people to grow when they have to face these sort of issues? But shipping prices seem to keep heading in only one direction. As we all know, things are getting more expensive. Then we have tariffs. Not everyone, but some of them. Sometimes we have absolutely no control over, but they still, or something they have also no control over, but they still end up adding to the overall cost. In this particular case, the tariff was approximately another $25. So a t-shirt, $25, ended up costing $75 by the time it landed on the customer's doorstep. Now, Gibbo says, we're proud of products. Our products are premium, but let's be honest, we're not selling Armani, right? The reality is that we simply are not comfortable asking customers to pay for those sort of prices. And it's not just affecting our friends in the United States. Many of the materials we use are sourced from the UK because it gives us access to fantastic suppliers, huge product ranges, and competitive pricing. However, a new EU regulation coming into effect will add about €3 on each and every product being imported into the EU, including that of the UK. Later this year, a second similar charge is also going in. So it's all, Jesus. But you have to appreciate the honesty here. Gibbo saying, this is what I'm up against. And then he turns it into genius. Have a listen to this. What's the good news? Well, there's actually quite a bit. After many months of planning, testing, discussions, and careful consideration, we've decided to make some changes that we believe are better, genuinely, for our customers. Prices are frozen. Prices on all FlightSimT's apparel will remain exactly where they are. That's their commitment, and they will review the situation again in 2027. Sweet. Shipping is going to be cheaper. For new product releases launched from July 1st, customers outside of Ireland will see lower overall delivery costs. Whether you're in the USA, the UK, or elsewhere in Europe, the total cost of your FlightSimT's gear should decrease. And shipping will be faster. We're pretty proud of how quickly we already get orders out the door, but they're taking it a step further. Upgrading the standard shipping options to express services in most cases will offer full tracking from dispatch right through to your doorstep, which was previously an extra charge. So what's changing? Well, one important thing has had to evolve. Since day one of the things that we've been most proud of is that FlightSimT's products have always been produced entirely in-house here in Dublin.
Can I get a refund?
There's no refunds. It's something that we've always considered a huge part of who we are, and truthfully, we found it hard to keep it that way. But sometimes doing what's best for your customers means being willing to adopt. Right, over the last several months, they've been working tirelessly to identify and select a trusted production partner in the USA, in the UK, and in Europe. They've spent countless hours reviewing the quality, testing products, aligning expectations, and making sure every item meets the standards that FlightSimT's have built. And remember, lads, that is the difference here when it comes to this apparel and merch. It's the quality of it. It's just better. It's better than anything you'll get in your standard merch stores and all this, right? Anyway, only after we're completely satisfied did we decide to move forward. From the 1st of July 2026, FlightSimT's products will continue to be produced and shipped from Dublin, while the latest releases may also be produced and shipped from a trusted partner in your region. And the reason why this is happening is to bring the costs down. This is great news, right? So the long and the short of it is, Gibbo's saying, right, this is costing a fortune. No one should be paying $75. He's not comfortable charging that amount. That's not fair. How do I fix this? He's built up his own kind of legacy, if you like, in terms of the quality and how good everything is. He literally, everything you wear from FlightSimT's has to go through Gibbo's hands. He's seen this problem. He's reached out to a number of different partners. They've agreed on standards and on quality, and he says, right, these lads will do it on my behalf in order to get the costs down. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And of course, the same customer care exists now, and it will kind of later on. You know what I mean? So for anyone who's not in Ireland, for us, it's the same. For anyone outside of Ireland, if you were looking at this and you're thinking, right, need to, you know, you wanted to buy something, but it was just cost prohibitive, keep an eye on the site. From the 1st of July, you're going to see the same prices that everyone pays, but you're going to see faster turnaround times in terms of your shipping, and none of this headache with tariffs and all these mad shipping costs. Nothing like that at all. This is great news. And also, you know, how long is Gibbo, how long are you running this for? Like, it's for a company that he started off to be able to adapt, to say, right, these are the challenges I'm getting. I don't want to be charging colossal prices, and I need to think outside of the box and actually make things cheaper for my customers. This is genius. Imagine if every company had to do this in their first year of trading. Like, just, you know, How are you supposed to like get on in life? So I think this is pretty cool, and it's brave and it's friggin' genius because challenge there's no more challenge. You know what I mean? And remember, lads, the idea here is to bring the costs down and speed up the logistics. This is great news. When was the last time you read from someone, manufacturing saying, we're getting a bit tired of seeing these prices go up. We're going to, work the system to see how can we get the cost down for you. Who does that? No one does that. Imagine if your Netflix rang you or your internet provider or, the milkman. Jesus, I'm going to do something now so you don't have to pay as much. No one does that anymore. Every time we get news from people, it's prices are going up. Everything's going up. Gibbo's going the opposite way. So whether or not you ever buy from flightsimtees.com, just recognize the man is like doing something deadly for us. He's doing everything he can to get prices to go down in a world economy that all prices of everything are going up. That is, in my opinion, highly commendable and, well, friggin' great stuff. Well done, that man. So do be sure to check it out. Keep an eye on flightsimtees.com. Have a look at all the portfolio. There's some really nice stuff there. Our own merch. If you ever want to get TTM merch, and we're going to check out something new. You ever want to get TTM merch, this is where you get it. There's a brand new one just after being released. New arrival. And it is that of Firefly Air Super. Ooh, it is an Airbus A380 on a TTM shirt. It's a new design. These don't last forever, so if this is your cup of tea, well then do be sure to ramble on over and grab it. If you need to wait for a couple of days, if you're outside of Ireland or Europe or whatever, you'll see cheaper rates to get them across into your locality. So check them all out. I don't sell merch anywhere else. That's where you get our official merch. Doesn't always last. We'll change things up. When they're gone, they're gone. You saw it with the Bremen and so on. So if this is your bag, well then do be sure you get it. You might want to wait for a couple of days though, based on what Gibbo's been working on the logistics side. But it's great news. Because I know, I've spoken to lads at Expo who was wearing this gear and they love it. When you have a product that people enjoy and then you have the company saying, we're going to try and make things cheaper, despite what the world is trying to do to us. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So well done, Gibbo. That's good. Just good news. Just good news. So your internet provider did drop prices. Gigs went from 200 to 130. Jesus. No, well done, Gibbo. Gene, give us their number, will you? My prices keep going up. But we'll have to wait and see. But if by eliminating all those tariffs and extra shipping charges for those in the US especially, these are going to be much more cost effective for you. Genius, just genius. So a massive well done to Gibbo. We'll always keep an eye on what Flights and Tees are doing. As I said, there's new designs being added left, right, and centre. He won't even tell you. You'll just go on and go, oh look, that's new. Or worse, he'll get rid of something and you'll be like, do you know what I mean? So also, if you have any custom ideas that aren't on the portfolio, just reach out to Gibbo. Just Gibbo, come here, I'm thinking of getting this done. Right? Excellent stuff. Now, moving on. Aerosoft out of the Paris race. Pilot Experience Sim are showing where its current Charles de Gaulle scenery, where it stands, right? So we heard that Aerosoft has suspended its mega airport Paris indefinitely, pointing to access problems, reference gathering, and the sheer scale of the airport that keeps changing in real life. With the German studio stepping back, the field for the high-fidelity Charles de Gaulle narrowed to two names, and Aerosoft itself pointed simmers toward both. One was AZR Sim or Azure Sim, and the other was Pilot Experience Sim. On the timing of Pilot Experience Sim's June development report, well, it's hard to ignore. Aerosoft walked away in part because it could not secure the references and access a hub this size demands. Pilot Experience Sim has spent the better part of 2 years saying that being based in France is exactly what lets it clear that bar. And the update is the team's latest attempt to show how the project is going. The most striking line in the report is perhaps an admission, with Pilot Experience Sim saying every milestone as planned for the airport has ended up significantly underestimated, and the scale of the work has been done, in its words, monumental. But rather than speed up to hit those original targets, the developers say that it's done the opposite. They're slowing down to hold the detail and quality where it wants them. That's the same wall Aerosoft hit. When we talked about the three-way battle for Paris back in January, the recurring theme was Charles de Gaulle long absence from payware map was never an accident. The airport is friggin' huge, and it's a constant real-world construction, and reference material is notoriously hard to come by. The difference that PSIM keep returning to is access. In an earlier report, the team said it gathered more than 250 gigs of reference material through partnerships with active controllers, pilots, airport staff, including footage from areas the public never see. Whether that produces the definitive Charles de Gaulle, well, that's something only the finished product will actually tell us, but it's looking good. The concrete progress this month sits on the ground. As they say, they completed the ground artwork for Terminal 1 and Terminal 2, which together account for 29 weeks of work. What? Insane project. Buildings are the other big number in this update. The developer saying there's more than 300 secondary structures across the airport, and that finishing each one involves far more modelling and texturing. Every building also needs LOD and dedicated 2024 versions with its own spotlights, emissive lighting, and LOD adjustments. So, no release date, no prices, but for those who have been waiting for a Charles de Gaulle airport, well, Pilot Experience Sim are still very much working on it. They hope to get it out this year. Let's see what happens. But it sounds like a monumental task, completely. Do you know? So let's see what happens. Now, Kansas City has 2 sceneries to choose from after Time Models surprised us with a new release. Kansas City, not been short of attention lately. The city is one of 16 host venues to the 2026 World Cup, and its stadium is staging 6 matches between June 16th and July 11th, a quarter-final among them. Now that the airport funnels all the visitors in its has become a 2-horse race. We have Time Models have released its own version of Kansas City, and it did so with very little warning. The Time Models, these guys have made some breathtaking sceneries, usually in Asia. They make some savage stuff. 777 Pilot, good to see you, bud. The scenery went live in the IndieBuild store just the other day, priced at around €21, $24, £19. It covers both Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and 2020, so you're not locked into the newer sim to use it. The timing is hardly coincidence. Kansas City first World Cup fixture, Argentina against Algeria, kicked off on June 16th, and the city has another group game coming up, and it also runs through to the quarter-final. Pretty cool. We have a trailer here. What makes it more interesting than a standard airport, they already covered with a third-party release. Tropical Sim brought out its own KMCI version 2 back in January, a rebuild that captured the airport's new single terminal, and it sells for around $20. So this is not Time Models filling an empty slot. It's putting in an alternative against the Tropical Sim airport. Let's have a quick look at this. As I said, Time Models make savage sceneries. We'll have a look here and see what you guys think. Gotta say, it looks very impressive, doesn't it? Very, very impressive indeed. Angels15 is here, good to see you. Yeah, 777 Pilot UK, the bots to be mad. Try not to worry. Try not to worry. The bots are crazy. We've been training them for years, they still don't know. Hans Gruber Jr. is here for 48 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Good to see you, Hans. How's she cutting, buddy? This is an airport I need to check out. Which now? So, time models Kansas City now available for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Now, Daimler, they've released Orlando City. It's now available for 2020 and 2024. Senior developer Daimler, they've been on the tear lately, releasing revitalized cityscapes across the United States, Europe, and South America, even Frankfurt, and we have Nashville, Portland, Baltimore, San Antonio, Rio de Janeiro, and now Orlando. The pack brings the US city of Orlando, Florida to life with over 80 handcrafted buildings, revitalized textures, several new animations, and a vibrant, realistic night lighting. According to the developer, Orlando has undergone significant development since the default satellite and photogrammetry was captured, and the pack does not add or enhance new theme parks due to the scale. Instead, focuses mainly on the downtown skyline and night lighting enhancements. We'll have a look at the trailer here now as well. This is available for just $9, by the way. And anyone used Daimler stuff before? This is very, very good scenery. It kind of gives you that, it just expands, rather than having photogrammetry, they've added in 3D buildings. And it does make the difference. The LOD is better, the lighting is superb, and it just looks better, I think, when you're flying around. Way better for identifying what buildings are. Because you know the crack with, with photogrammetry, if you're below kind of 1,500 feet, it gets a little bit kind of weird. You know what I mean? This, you don't have that issue at all. Look at the night lighting, isn't it? Absolutely superb. Look at the difference there, look. Right? So on the Orlando version, you bought them all. Come on, Roy. Yeah, Roy, I think you really like this developer. But it does make such a difference. And for $9, I mean, this will absolutely, for Orlando, this will really transfer it into something classic. You know what I mean? Somehow managed to just crack the top 500 on Forza Horizon. Good man yourself, the impossible face. Jesus. So you can pick that up over on Contrail. It's around £9. And, jeez, it looks beautiful. Absolutely brilliant stuff here from Daimler. They've been flat out with all these scenery enhancements. And they do make the difference. You might be thinking, I don't know. They make the difference, lads. They can transform areas that you're used to flying in and out of with tons more buildings. And the lighting is superb. Do you know? Kansas City, cover that. Orbex, they've released a free EFB map for Jurassic World. Since it arrived last year, Jurassic World, I think we all agree, it's been pretty cool, right? One of the more unusual things you can load up in the sim. And, Orbex have now created a brand new interactive map for the entire area, default in the sim for 2024. And Orbex say it allows you to locate all of the airports and heliports along with key features and some dinosaur locations, which is the detail most readers will care about given what the scenery is all about. 2 modes do the heavy lifting. A free slew mode lets you pan across the terrain manually to scout ahead, and a live tracking mode shows the aircraft's real-time GPS details. So you can see it here, look. So it's built into the tablet itself. Ooh. So that's available from Orbex. Where's this now? The new interactive map pairs up with the VF4 charts as well, and it's available as a free download over on the Orbex Direct website. So great stuff there. If you like checking out Jurassic World, the archipelago, that's where you can now grab that from Orbex. Now, Pre-Flighty. It's a free 2024 add-on manager with a route finder that knows what your hangar can fly. The free add-on manager has been a solved problem for Microsoft Flight Sim for a long time. The MSFS add-ons linker has handled the job since 2020, and over the past few months, the category has filled out fast. We looked at Per-Flight, which wraps library management and pre-session prep into one free package, and the paid Bob Dispatcher, which stacks route-aware activation and shader cleanup on top. Not to mention, our very own Just Roy has built many tools already that will look for scenery conflicts. It'll look for sound AI folders of all your add-ons if you have issues. There's some really cool tools out now, and it's great to see this one is free. What this one does, it's a route finder that looks at your hangar and it tells you what you can actually fly that session. It's a desktop app with no support for 2020. It's 2024 only, and the current model is Symlink based. Your add-ons stay wherever you keep them, whether that's one big library or several, right? And Pre-Flighty only creates the symbolic links in the community folder for whatever you switch on. Toggle something off and the link disappears, and that's something that add-ons linker doesn't do. right? Doesn't do. Rick Engineering says, whoa, lots of freezes here. Other streamers look okay. We're looking okay, bud. It could be just where you are, Rick. The earliest public builds use a different strategy that moves files into one managed library, but causes troubles which led to a rebuild of the core model in early June. The route finder is the differentiator, or the differentiator. The route finder is what makes us different. Differentiator. I can't speak. But anyway, the headline feature cross-referenced more than 70,000 commercial routes against everything pre-flight you can see. That includes marketplace and official MSFS airports and aircraft, not only third-party content, so an enhanced default airport counts as coverage, and the stock liveries that ship with a Sobo aircraft count too. Aircraft matching also goes past a strict type lookup. The developers say that if a route calls for an A321 and you own an A320, the tool offers the Phoenix as a sensible substitute from the same family. Pick a route and pre-flighty activates the right add-ons for it. Around that, sit a SimBrief export, a live countdown to departure on every route, and a day, night, dawn or dusk tag worked out from real sun position along the flight. It's the same route-aware idea behind per-flight smart actions and what we've seen in Bob Dispatchers. It's just turned around. Instead of building a flight and activating what it needs, you start from what your library can fly. Cool little trick. So it's still early days. It's available now. You can pick it up over on flightsim.to. It's called Pre-Flighty, right? Pre-Flighty. And that's pretty much what it does. Moving on, Flight Control Replay version 6 is launching on late July. Flight Control Tools first teased version 6 of Flight Control Replay back at FS Weekend, but at the time there was no indication of a release date. At Flight Sim Expo, developer Fabio Merlo announced Flight Control Replay version 6 is now targeting release towards the end of July this year for both Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. The reveal came during a dedicated stage appearance where Merlo ran through roughly a 10-minute presentation, sort of remembering the context Flight Control Replay sits in. Since 2024 launched, a free embedded version of the tool has shipped inside the sim itself, which means the paid product has to keep offering enough on top of the basics to justify an upgrade. Merlo's proposition for version 6 is that it is the most substantial step the series has taken, built around 4 areas. Cinematic camera technology, smarter replay systems, AI traffic tracking, and a fully rebuilt interface. The pitch, in other words, is squarely aimed at the content creators and virtual pilots who want more than a basic rewind. I've never used rewind, especially for making video. I've never used a rewind function, like a recording function. Any video you see me do, that's all recorded in real time. That's probably why it takes me so long to make shagging videos. But that right. But anyway, so Flight Control Replay version 6 looks to be on a short final for July. I never really used them, you know. It's something I should add to replay landings and whatnot, but I never really used them. You know what I mean? I think using replay could add a lot to the stream. Yeah, it depends, like, the type of flight you have. Because the headache you have, Gibbo, is when we're in multiplayer, I need to test it because I don't know, is it going to upset everything that's in that multiplayer environment? You have to disconnect the multiplayer to use the replay. You know what I mean? But I need to test it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But it is something I do want to add to the streams for sure. For sure, I want to add them in because I love that feature in X-Plane. When you land in X-Plane, it's just so easy and so nice to go back and actually look at your landing. You learn from the things. Plus, it gives you the opportunity to slag the Jesus out of me. You know what I mean? See you pull your hair out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it is something I want to add in. As I say, I use it on an X-Plane. I don't know, is this going to be the solution for me? There's a number of other replay or recorder functions that are out there. Sky Dolly, yeah. I need to spend a bit of time because I would like it, especially on some of the airliner flights as well, because you can learn from it. You know, the only annoying part is remembering to launch it. Yeah. No, I need to figure this out and do it. But anyway, Flight Control Replay 6 launching in late July. Now, EFBX, for the questions the Boise had, 38 degrees with Nutty Taff. It's 23 outside. It's 30. Oh, jeez. It's 33 inside. Oh, jeez. It's very warm. EFBX, this is a new EFB platform which they're aiming to release this year, a little bit later this year. Katie Pilot is behind it, and she's a real-world A320 captain. And basically what this is, it is think of it as like a universal electronic flight bag that will work with the sim, allowing you to check things like weather, do your flight planning, launch apps, launch your sim brief or Navigraph. You can control GSX. You can even launch the sim all by using an EFB platform, in which the platform can run natively on your PC. It can work on a tablet. It can work on your phone, right? It's going to be very accessible. And Katie is releasing this to the community with different tiers. You'll have free access, free tier, and then you'll have like a premium tier that'll add in more features. So it's not really trying to be just a tablet. The developer is presenting it as a platform, something closer to an operating system with a built-in app store where you install only the apps you want and ignore the rest. Some of the apps come from EFBX, others in theory come from outside developers, and what you're left with is supposed to be personal, the way two pilots at the same airline rarely keep their real EFB set up the same way. So Katie Pilot is the one making it. She flies commercially, says she has spent around 6 years working in flight sim, and lists part involvement on the Phoenix A320 and also the Unibuilds A310. Her reasoning is less, wouldn't this be neat, and more a working pilot's complaint. At her job, she says, you show up, brief, fuel, board and go, because every tool you need is already laid out in front of you. At home, with a yoke and throttles on the desk, you're still squinting into a tiny tablet bolted into a virtual pedestal. EFBX is her attempt to close that distance. The plumbing is straightforward enough. It runs on your sim PC and you reach for it whenever it suits you. A desktop window, a real tablet, your phone, spare laptop on the network. EFBX say iOS, Android and PC are all covered, and it'll run even on its own with the sim disconnected. So we got to have a look at this at Expo. We were chatting to Katie about it. We know that they're going to be starting some kind of beta access soon. From the UI, to get an idea of what it is, and just to give you this understanding of what this is, right? From a real world pilot perspective, Katie mentioned, you come into work, and next thing we'll have to do this, and this. There is uniformity to it. Right? And currently we all know you jump into an aircraft, everyone's EFB, they're all kind of samey, but they're different, right? So you're trying to figure out, where does this one go? Where does that one go? Where does this one go? Right? This replaces all of that. And as I said, you can see it here in the menus, like you can break down different categories. You can have your favorites in there, free ones, if there's going to be paid ones. You have things like FS Elite, different news channels if you want. You have a logbook, you can access GSX, you have somewhere for all your manuals, right? And this is the idea. It's to have this tablet that is completely uniform. Plus, you can do your flight planning. You can look at your flight logs. You can go back and understand what went wrong, if it went wrong, and all the jazz. And the fact that you can control the likes of GSX, you can control the likes of the sim, all through the EFB. And it works without even being connected to the sim is pretty cool. I mean, look at the layout here from the flight planning. Isn't that deadly? Very, very cool. And because Katie's a real world A320 captain, right? This is aimed very much at what is already available to real world pilots. Real world pilots. And that's what makes this whole project very, very cool looking. So we'll have more on this. We'll have Katie on the stream at some stage. We'll have a chat just to get some idea behind the project and when it's all coming together. But EFBX, this is another one of those things. Keep it on your radar, because this could just transform a lot of the flight planning and connecting different apps and things to your flight simulation experience. It's going to be pretty cool. She open beta applications a short while ago. In the last couple of days, I think, Stu. But yeah, could see Navi wanting to do something like this to their house charts, academy training, and more. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it anytime soon, But yeah, But yeah. Pretty cool stuff. It'd be interesting to see this. And as I said, we'll have a chat with Katie about it soon. Now, Strata Weather, for anyone who's interested, I've been using this for a little while. Strata Weather, it's a direct aim at active sky. Now, we'll probably have a deeper look at this next week. If you've seen it in the news or you've seen it available, you're thinking, hey, what's this? Basically, it's its own weather injection into Microsoft Flight Sim. It can do historical weather. It can do live weather. It can also do custom weather. You can create your own weather live in the sim, which is a nice add to have. Its winds aloft is very good, as in it gives you so many different detailed layers of wind. Cloud can be there as well. The only thing I'm not mad about was the transition. Now, it seems to be getting a little bit better, right? Because the last thing I want to see is clouds popping in and weather changing instantly as I'm flying into a place. I want to see a more gradual kind of, oh, look, the weather's changing. But I have to say this, lads. I've been using this now for about a week and a half. I'm impressed by it, especially for live weather. It gives you some pretty cool scenes. For Microsoft, visually I think is just going to look better, you know, because they do weird things with like cloud scale and all this and scattering. Strata gives you a more accurate look of what's going on. Very similar to Active Sky, but there's a few more features under the hood here. So if you were looking at it, I've been using it. I kind of like it. You know, I mean, I have Active Sky as well. The UI here is way better. This is 10 times better than Active Sky. Active Sky can be a pain in the ass. Where is this button? Where is that? This is quite simple. So yeah, we'll probably have a proper look at this next week, but I just thought I'd mention it. If you're thinking about it, it's a one-time purchase. It's $29.99, and it is that of a weather injector. Strata weather. Pretty cool. PXN, we had a look at these. If you didn't see my floor walk of Flight Sim Expo, if you see this hardware, I'm not going to do the whole buyer beware, but at the same time, I'm going to do buyer beware. It looks cool. The joystick is nice. The yoke is nice. The throttle over here is nice. However, it's important to note, lads, if you're looking at this throttle, this main heavy throttle, there's virtually no friction on the throttles. Virtually no friction. And what I mean by that is, you move the throttles forward, depending on the angle, they'll almost fall back themselves. Build quality, this is aimed to be cheap. Not good value, cheap. There's a difference, right? Because it looks very impressive. And I was there looking at it. I was like, hey, this is really good. But it's only when you kind of get up close and personal to it. This little screen thing was kind of cool. It's just a small little screen. You can drag and drop using the likes of, what's that gadget called? What's it called? You know the one. Is it under nav? Glass out. It's grand for the likes of glass out. That's how this little screen works. And you do have nice buttons. They're all fine. But for the main throttle, be careful of that. Because if anyone knows Turtle Beach, you know the Turtle Beach big throttle? You know the way like the throttle's on the top? There's like no friction. You can't tighten them. You know, you can blow on them and the throttles would move. Just be aware of it. You know what I mean? These guys have made hardware for years for racing sims. And they've just jumped into the flight sim stuff as well. It's great to see more hardware options, don't get me wrong. And I gotta say, their stuff looks pretty cool. I would place the likes of their yoke and the other throttle and the joystick somewhere between Turtle Beach and Honeycomb. It's kind of that general neck of the woods, right? And I did mess around with them at Expo. They feel good, but the throttle I was not impressed by. Cheap, not like good value. Like they need to come back and re-engineer that, because people are going to be like, for crying out loud. Your throttle will literally move if you're blowing it. Do you know what I mean? So just be aware of it. If you're interested in picking it up, just kind of take that on board. The joystick was very nice. This throttle was nice. The pedals, I moved the pedals. They were all right. They weren't brilliant, but they're all right. The yoke was nice as well. And like you've buttons and stuff on the yoke and it lights up. It is pretty cool. But just the throttle, it was a real case of, you know what I mean? So, yeah. That's that. Pimax, of course, they were flat out at Expo looking at all their new stuff. I'm going to be showcasing some of the Pimax gear soon because I'm using the Crystal Super headset lately. I do have the Pimax Crystal Lite. I'm now using the Crystal Super to get an idea, is it going to be worth that upgrade? And before I even dive into this kind of video that I'm going to be doing or live stream, yes is the answer. The clarity in the Crystal Super is absolutely insane versus the Pimax Crystal Lite. And if you've used a Pimax Crystal Lite, that thing has great clarity. Great clarity. I was having issues at the start. Those issues seem to have been fixed themselves with a sim update. And to be fair to Pimax, the communication has always been excellent with them. I've never had a negative issue dealing with Pimax. Others may have. I've never had that issue. The Pimax Crystal Super, slightly wider field of view, better resolution on the screen, and of course they're bringing those new OLED screens out as well. Going to be pretty cool. So yeah, it was great to see them. They also have all this other cool stuff here as well. Their new hardware, these like small glasses. There's Mark Simhanger. He was checking it out. He was blown away by these. Check out Mark's channel. He does really good stuff, as does, of course, our favorite VR flight sim guy. Steve will get you covered on all VR, all of it. That's his jam. VR is what VR flight sim guy does. But I was very impressed by them. They're not cheap. They're not at all cheap, but when you consider the price of like kind of high-end VR equipment over the last couple of years, I mean, like it's really starting to come down. Really starting to come down. You know what I mean? And one thing Pimax are working on as well, Boise, just to counter that, you're saying the top-end VR headsets are great, but they need decent GPU. They do, but they're trying to get more out of the headset for your GPU. You know, you're not going to run it on integrated graphics, but you don't need 5090s to run this gear. Do you know what I mean? That's what Pimax are really looking at, that because their software has evolved to kind of give you that extra performance if your PC hardware, you know, isn't up to it. And also for anyone who's considering VR, you do not have to have your flight sim settings on high or ultra. Low to medium is enough, and I promise you, low to medium flight sim settings is enough when you're in VR. Your eyes are tricked anyway. You think you're in the plane. You know what I mean? So great news there. Virpil, of course, they've entered the force feedback finally with a new VPC Atlas base. Very excited to see this now. Pre-orders are now open. And Virpil, man alive, it's radio silence. I didn't see these at Expo at all. They make excellent hardware. They always did. I have a ton of Virpil control hardware. It's very well built. I mean, it's bulletproof, right? Really is. It's excellent quality gear. And they've been quiet because, well, they're making stuff. They're developing stuff. They're engineering it. This is similar to, if you look at it, you're thinking, hey, that's like the AB9. Very similar. Very similar. And it's open now for pre-orders. So hopefully in time we'll get a closer look at some of this Virpil gear. I'm very excited to see it. Very, very excited to see it because, as I said, Virpil, I've always been impressed by the hardware. Moza have definitely closed the gap though. The Moza gear, that AB9, the AB6, they are excellent bits of hardware, and they've a lot more stuff coming out soon as well. But it's good to see Virpil still there. Like, it's you'd be getting worried thinking, where the hell did Virpil go? The Atlas base is going to be retailing for $599. Then you have the Atlas Pro force feedback base, the Pro for $750. Or you can get the Atlas Pro upgrade for $199. So you can start off at $600 for a force feedback base. Or if you want the big heavy one, it's $750. Again, the pricing, it's very in line with what Moza are doing, but they give you an upgrade path. You can start off with the less powerful force feedback base, and then if you want, in time, you can upgrade it. Upgrade the module. I like that. That's modular. That's genius, right? Delivery starts in 2047. That's always been the headache with Virpil. They've kind of calmed it down a bit, but yeah. You know, yeah, the torque numbers, 25 Newton meters. That's the standard one. The Pro one, 45 Newton meters. So what's that in relation to Moza? 25 and 45. Hang on. Let's do a comparison. Stay here. Get in there and get in there. Overview. So the AB6 is 12 Newton meters versus, the AB6 is 6 Newton meters versus 12 of what Virpil are doing, right? 25 Newton meters. What? Standard base 25 Newton meters versus 6. Oh, Jesus. And then the Pro, which would be closer to that of the AB9. AB9 is 12 Newton meters of torque versus friggin' 45. I'd say that's too much. Jesus, anyone who has an AB9, that thing can hurt you. The AB6 can hurt you. That's nuts, isn't it? Verpil is going to be like,
Hello there.
What happened to Murph? Oh, he was trying to turn there, you know. Let's completely shag your desk. Not really for desk. I don't know. We'll talk to Verpil on this. Bloody hell, that's savage, isn't it? That's savage. Again, this is not available yet. They're only taking pre-orders. Moza, it's already available. You know? And Moza is very, very good. I swear, but I have the AB6, I have the AB9. I absolutely love them, you know? Captain Crash, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I think Verpil is aiming at the floor-mounted yoke mark. Yeah, I agree. Like, a lot of people in their rig setup, they would have these extensions that go on the base between the joystick and these extensions, and that will kind of reduce the torque feeling. So you're putting these higher torque settings up there, you'll definitely get that. Oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? So yeah. Look at the wing control base torque. The only problem with the wing control stuff is the size of them. They're friggin' massive. They're massive. Aaron, yeah, 100%. With a long extension, it'll need more force. Yeah. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, though. Absolutely cool. So, news from Verpil. And then finally, Fly to High announces William Hobby in Houston for Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane 12. Pretty cool. Houston Hobby Airport, it's on the way for X-Plane 12 and Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, a new version of it. Houston Hobby Airport, officially known as William P. Hobby. It's in operation since 1927, and Fly Too High are bringing their own version for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and they're also bringing one for X-Plane. Nice. Right, that is the news. Our last bit here, quick check-in with SayIntentions. Just to give a shout out, SayIntentions won the best FS Expo Friday announcement. A massive congratulations to the team, and they were flat out busy. The announcements that they had, they were amazing. 3 brand new announcements, hot on the heels of 3 announcements that they just went through. And last week's newsletter, great picture here of the team, and it was class. I got to hang out with these lads at Expo. They're all mad. Really, really cool, passionate bunch of people. And like, when people hear AI and immediately like, oh, here we go, right? What SayIntentions.ai are doing, it's the people using that technology to, you know, make flight sim better for us. It's making it more accessible. They're working with other developers such as Parallel 42, such as Navigraph. And the idea is to make the thing better for us, bridging the gap. Some of the features SayIntentions has already when it comes to, hey, you're on VATSIM, no problem. If you go on to Unicom, we'll cover it, and vice versa. They're more than happy with working on with other developers, and it's great to see it. Their entire ecosystem is massive. It's far beyond that of just ATC. But when you look at the ATC, we've been doing a lot of SayIntentions flights on Tuesdays, and the odd one on Thursday, depending on VATSIM coverage. And every single flight, they've nailed it. You know, I'm looking for problems. They've nailed it. Absolutely brilliant. You're getting great voices now, the new voices that they've added in. You're getting new terrain-aware vectoring, so they're not going to turn you into the hill, right? And, of course, their whole ATC model has just rolled out version 4, which is incredible to see as well. Now, SayIntentions are also working on a number of new projects, and some of these new projects are aimed specifically to the flight sim community. There's freeware stuff on the way. So going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. But I just wanted to share this picture to just show you the humans behind it, because they are a great bunch of people. They really are. You see it on their Discord. They're probably the most active Discord I've ever seen. They respond instantly to what's going on. It's a pleasure getting to work with these guys because they're just passionate. They're so passionate about, hey, this would be cool. Let's do it. Yeah, we can't do it. No, we'll figure it out. Do you know what I mean? It's class, and they're very, very open to feedback. They're open to criticism. They're open to the whole lot. They're us. They're flight simmers. So getting to hang out with the team, it was absolutely great crack. And they're all of the same kind of ilk. They just want to, hey, that's cool. Can we build this? Can we actually get that into the sim? That's what they're all about. So there's a lot of cool stuff on the way. Like people would say, you know, it's not cheap. It's a Netflix subscription ish. Right, but what you get for that monthly cost, you know, you get it month by month, you get it for 6 months, or you get it for the year. You're getting an entire ecosystem. SkyOps, your normal ATC, the Air Caroline stuff, you know, Skynet is in there. All of the features. And they're like, if you were to compare, say, Intentions platform, where it is today, go back 12 months ago, look at the sheer amount of new stuff that we have. And the fact now you can say to your co-pilot, hey, show me this chart. Boom, there's your chart. Like, they're just doing class things. So, yeah, I cannot wait to see more of what SayIntentions are working on and when they start deploying it out there. And again, I just thought it was important to let you know, if you're at Expo and you had the chance to meet them, they're just lovely people. If you weren't aware of them, if you weren't at Expo and you're thinking, yeah, I don't know who SayIntentions are, that's the team. That is the team of SayIntentions, and they are just seriously nice people. They're cool. They're all flight simmers. They're big into the passion is just massive when it comes to building stuff for flight sim. It's absolutely class. So that's what they were working on over the past week. A couple of updates done to the core stuff when it comes to ATC, traffic, pattern work is all done there as well. And there's this new thing that they've added. It's kind of like the content creator spotlight. Folks who are working away in content creation who are using SayIntentions, well, SayIntentions like to feature them in their newsletter, which is great to see. It's just great to see, you know. But Exos, yeah, spoke to the lad on the left. That was Jared. Yeah, like, just, they're incredible people. So nice, so nice. So that's our news from SayIntentions. Keep an eye on that. There's lots more coming. But from there, friends, we're going to jump on over now to this machine, the FA50. Now, it's important to note, this is going to release tomorrow on the 25th, right? Was this put in under, like, general announcements? I think it was.
Oh, Jesus.
2.5 years in development. 2.5 years of development. The Falcon, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. So we're going to check it out. 2.5 years of development. Contrail's highly anticipated Dassault Falcon 50 finally has a release date, and we don't have to wait long. It's coming out for flights in 2020 and 2024, and it's due to release tomorrow exclusively through Contrail. Right, they have. I'll show you the features and what's available in it because it's class, right? Absolutely class. So let's ramble in and have a look, shall we? From the exterior of the aircraft, it comes with a number of liveries. I need to get the backstory. They actually did one for PMDG, which I thought was interesting, right? And isn't this a cool looking jet, lads? Isn't it? I just want to show you just some of the details up close and personal. It's compatible with both 2020 and 2024, but you can see from the details here, coming up to the, you know, the nose gear, we got some Michelin tires there. We got plenty of details on the strut. Great texture work here as well, right? Just like we're looking at the finer details. Do you know what I mean? Now, this aircraft is pre-release. I think there's 2 bugs noted on it. The developer knows about it, and it'll be fixed before they release it. But overall, this is very impressive. You might say the decal on the front there could do with a bit of tidying up, but I don't know. It runs very well. From a performance side, this thing runs very, very well. These lights are gorgeous. I love this on Dassault planes. Having a look on the leading edge of the wing. Again, texture work is nice. Like, what's gas here is, lads, this is a first release. This is the studio's first release. You know what I mean? Like, it's very exciting to see this as like their first aircraft. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to get very up close and personal, there's a couple of things you can look at. Decals, where the fuel goes in. Engine covers. And of course, in 2024, you can do the walk around. You can click on the covers, they disappear. So it is native to 2024's walk around, right? Visually, it's really nice, isn't it? It's really nice. Like, just some of the details on the aircraft. It's done really, really well. I think I have the baggage door open, which I do. Contrail. Baggage compartment, and then towards the back of the aircraft. Then, I mean, isn't it class looking? Isn't it? Look at the detail here. Look at the state of that. That's deadly, isn't it? I'll have a look now on the main landing gear, and again, see those textures on the tires? The animate, like, it's class looking, isn't it? Look at the detail on that. That's savage, isn't it? And remember, they're going for that used look. They're not going for brand new off the factory floor. They want this aircraft to appear that, look, this has been in use, it's tried and tested, and it's weathered, right? It's weathered. We have our APU exhaust up here as well, engine the fuel, the fuel hatch is there, pressure fueling, and you can do all that yourself, right? So that's kind of the stab of it when it comes to the exterior. Pretty cool, isn't it? So we'll jump inside the cockpit because there's more things I want to show you. So welcome to the cockpit, the flight deck. There's an LOD there. You'll see it with the van. There's like a zoom LOD they're working on. They're hoping to have it fixed. So note, if you do pick up this aircraft, if they haven't addressed this, note that if you... and here's the thing, because there's a lot of things tied to LOD. I want you to focus on our main PFD there. To see how the textures change? See that? It's only down to an LOD setting. So make sure whenever you put in your custom cameras, you're not getting like a slightly washed out display or like things disappearing. You know what I mean? See the way I can move back? It's purely based on a zoom level. And they're working on it. They might have it done in time for release, but if they don't, that's where it is. All right? Now, we do get a tablet with the aircraft as well, and the tablet is pretty neat because the tablet is actually built into the default EFB. You go into the default EFB, you go to more apps, and you click on the Contrail FA50 app. And from in here, you have access to your ground operations, your weight and balance, charts access, and the options for the aircraft itself. Pretty cool. Ground options, this is going to be where you can appear your exteriors. You can remove them all from here. You can do your pre-flight, exterior power, all that sort of jazz. Simulation rate, pause the sim, and then you have your user profile. In addition to that, weight and balance, we can load them in. You can set real-time refueling if you wish, or you can just load instantly. You can also download directly from SimBrief. It'll inject it into the aircraft as well. When it comes to Navigraph, connecting into Navigraph, you just need to authenticate your account and you'll have access to all your charts, as you would normally expect to see, but it is running the Navigraph app as opposed to just a map. You actually see here, you have full access to the Navigraph app inside the EFB. I thought that was a nice touch, really nice touch, because it is the entire app. Isn't that cool? The entire app, right? We'll go back here then. We have the options for the aircraft where we can change some things. So our flight director, autopilot control labels, autopilot override, baro sync, all this sort of stuff. The liveries, so you can save fuel across the session. So it saves information to the livery, right? Auto window blinds, depending on the sun angle. So when I was testing this, I was flying out of Shannon and the sun was like in the west. And I was wondering, why are all the windows on the left closed? The sun was coming in from the left, so all the windows on the left-hand side were closed. I said, right, let's see, can I trick it? I did a 180 and headed to Cork, and yes, the sun visors on the right closed and the ones on the left open. Pretty cool, nice little feature. Sounds, we have co-pilot callouts, trim clacker is there to when you're adjusting it, and then we have some global options here as well. Spawn in with all the covers. You can have these show user hints, replay mode. Replay data is already built into the EFB, your sim brief information, and so on, right? So they're your main kind of options with the aircraft. We'll keep it on ground at the moment. Inside the flight deck, or as you can see here, again, be careful with that zoom. I need to get used to it. Looking around here, so we do have radio controls. The oxygen masks aren't modelled, but don't worry about that. We can move the armrests, right? And just generally looking around the aircraft, it's a nice machine. The circuit breakers aren't modelled, right? So if you were thinking, you know, I want circuit break, they're not modelled. You can see them, but they're not modelled. Our main overhead, so this is where we have our electric, fuel, ignition, all the jazz. Then we have all individual light controls, engine start switches, and all the likes. And it's a pretty cool looking cockpit. We have this, brakes on or brakes off. And that appears just down here. That's something that should be in every aircraft. You know what I mean? Naughty gnome, good evening. Yes, you are. You just are. Looking down then onto our lower panel, this is where we have a couple of options. So we have ADF tuners, yaw damp, and autopilot engaged switches, Mac trim, We have our flaps. We have our speed brakes for the ailerons, or on the ailerons. We have our throttle system, which is very interesting because it is 3 throttles, 3 engines with a reverser. And then we have our FMSs. We have different modes for our autopilot. Moving across here, so onto our main screen, we have GPWS buttons. We have our PFD, MFD. EFA screen is over there as well. You can disappear the yokes, of course, if they're in your way. Just a click spot. And we can see all our engine and see all our aircraft instruments moving across into the center. Here's our annunciator panel and all our engine instruments. 3 engines, 3 dials for everything. We have our landing gear. Emergency landing gear is modeled on this as well. You can see your crew and passenger environmental of what's happening, right? And as we move across to the right-hand side, co-pilot, similar, but right-hand side for the co-pilot, this is where we have our oxygen regulator and also our APU panel. APU panel is controlled from the right seat, all right? So what we're going to do, we're going to put some power into this aircraft because I'm anxious for you to hear the sounds, right? And as I said, we're going to get some APU in there. Now, we can call the GPU, right? That'll give us external power. Click the switch. There's the GPU. We can also call the fuel truck, right? And if I just jump out here, and if we go to the far side, there's the GPU. And you can see that's connected into the aircraft itself, look. So the panel opened, and now it's in there. Pretty cool. If you get rid of that, and then we request the fuel truck, we hardly need the covers off. I don't know why the fuel truck isn't coming in. Is it because there's a van there, I wonder? The fuel truck does work. I don't know why he's not coming in, but the fuel truck appears and they start pumping fuel into the aircraft. That was working, so yeah, it's probably broken on my end. Anyway, we'll go external power again for the crack. We'll get rid of the covers, close the doors. Right? And good sounds, right? We'll go ahead and get our battery master switch on. So just have a listen to the sounds. We'll disappear me during this because it's an experience. Hear those pumps? We'll go for a start on the APU. And just have a look at the animations then. Have a listen out here. Okay, so that's our APU. Let's come over. Let's have a look. APU RPM is full. APU temperature is good. And we'll turn on the bleed air system. Alright. Alright, back upstairs. There we go. That'll put some life into the system. And a couple of options down here. We do have a weather radar. Onto our FMSs. Radars are all on. Mac trim, ADF, they all look good. So we'll go for an engine start now, right? We'll have it now listed. So external power is on, we can get rid of that. Isolation, AC, Gen 3, external. Good to you. And we want to go for a start now, right? So we have 3 engines. Couldn't tell you the actual way it's supposed to be done. I think I'm doing this right. Hydraulics come on here as well, so we can put those standby pumps on. N2 is rising. So see the way the yokes move forward? They simulated the hydraulics for this as well, so you can actually turn, if you didn't go with the engine startup, because that'll engage your hydraulics, you have a little switch down here for your hydraulic pumps. Alright. So sounds like we have a good start on number 3. Same crack again. We're going to watch the rotation of engine 1. Once N2 is above 12%, you'll get the little, see the notices, you can turn them on or off. If you want to listen outside. Now we'll go with engine 3. Right, so while the engines are spooling up, let's have a look at the cabin. And we got some nice options here. So here's the cabin. And you can see we have information on the on these little screens. We can maneuver these out. Nice click spots. Tray tables. And you can load passengers in and all this jazz as well, right? As we ramble back down towards the Lavi. No Lavi. No Lavi! Ah, jeez! It's a nice cabin layout, isn't it? Contrail warrant to start, engine 1 last. 3, 2 and then 1. That'll do her. Now, when it comes down to, I'm not going to do any of this, but you can program the FMS, go through all your stuff, and that'll give you like what you need in terms of loading your flight plan in and all the jazz, right? So if we were to go back, we say to not ground up, we're going to your charts, import a flight, create a new flight. That'll read it directly from there. Weight and balance, we can pull that in from SimBrief. Weights applied. Surprised it did that, but it did it. Because I don't think it was for this aircraft. Pitot and bus ties. So bus ties and pitos come on. And we got some lights turned on here as well. That's looking good. We'll come over to our APU. Gen, bleed, and off. And that APU unit is shutting down. In terms of your IRS alignment and all that, you just go through your FMS to do that, right? But as I said, I just want to give you a quick look at the machine. Isn't it very pretty? So we'll go off the brakes, roll her forward.
Don't take off.
Slats and flaps. Isn't it cool looking? Again, those hints that come up on the screen, you can turn those off. I'd recommend leaving them on, right? And when it comes then to your instruments and whatnot, that's all going to be controlled from inside your FMS, all right? But we'll let you guys explore all of that. So we're actually on the ground here at Oshkosh. We'll have a quick look at this scenery here in a moment. Now, I should not be taking off without any of this stuff turned on, but don't worry about that. We'll figure that one out ourselves, right? Now, let's have a look. Slats, yeah, that's okay. Easy now. Hey, Quokka, good to see you. Yeah, like, lads, with the amount of business jets we have, like, this is just class, isn't it? They're also working on the LOD for the lights. Again, this is pre-release, so like expect one or two issues, but overall, this is very impressive. For a first release, this is absolutely brilliant for a first release. Now, that runway doesn't look long enough, but sure, listen, we'll see what happens, right? Easy now. We've probably got all sorts of warnings here, but let's see what happens, right? Off the brakes. Speed alive.
Where's speed alive? 80 knots.
There's 100. Gear up. Oh yeah. Pretty, isn't it? Flaps and slats coming in. What do you think, lads? She's pretty, isn't it? Do you hear that trim sound? Again, you can turn that off. I think as the very first release, yeah, man, this looks very good. Right? There's still one or two small little issues to iron out. They're aware of them. And I imagine these are all going to be sorted before release. It's a nice machine. And like, these things are loud. Three engines, like, do you know what I mean? So, quick look at some of the night lighting, just to give you an idea. Ah, balls. Turn them back on. Instruments, shield, center. I think there's a dome light turned on here as well. It's like a cabin light, but you get the idea, look. It's nice. I think the night lighting is, it's very nice. Got the floods on. External lights. Easy now. It's pretty, isn't it? So, there, friends, we have the upcoming FA50 based, of course, on Dassault's Falcon. And this is going to be released tomorrow. Now, we're going to stay here at this airport because I want to check out this airport. This is from UK 2000 and it's Oshkosh Whitman. And it's coming, well, it's released now, right? We'll just reload in here so I can show you what's happening. Now, for anyone who's interested in Oshkosh, just to make you aware of it, Howard, Forder Learn to Fly, Howard is going to be doing his Oshkosh landing challenge. And if I'm not mistaken, is it his 5th or 6th one? Right? So Howard always did Oshkosh. That was his thing every year, right? And that's coming up very, very, very soon indeed. It's going to be on the 4th of July, right? And he's hoping to get some training done prior to that. I'm trying to work with him. Because I'd love to be involved. Oshkosh was always something I wanted to fly into. I know Pilot Edge are doing it. Is it this weekend or next weekend? Or maybe it's a little bit later. But Forder Learn to Fly, if you've ever wanted to learn about all the different procedures, the different arrivals, including the FISC, yes. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's an incredible thing. Highly recommend you go check out Howard's channel for this. Highly recommended because he's going to, you know, it's your one-stop shop to learn everything about the arrival. And what's pretty cool about Oshkosh, he does these landing challenges then as well, right? So at Oshkosh, because it becomes the world's most busiest airport for one weekend of the year or a week of the year, you have these colors on the runway. So you don't, during Oshkosh, you don't get, you know, runway 27. They'll tell you, you know, red dot, green dot, white dot, and that's where they want you to actually land. You know what I mean? You won Howard's first Oshkosh event. Nice. Yeah, no, he does a great job at it. Howard does a great job. So that's going to be on over on Forder Learn to Fly's channel, all about Oshkosh. As I said, I'm trying to get involved because it's we've done it before. We've done a couple of our own community event Oshkosh stuff. Colonel Fokker was a massive help to me on that. But it is like, it's such a cool event. Such a cool event. But the scenery we're looking at here, not in the event scenery, this is actually the real world scenery. This is what Oshkosh looks like when there's no Oshkosh Whitman Regional, right? And it's a scenery from UK 2000. Now, UK 2000, they don't necessarily go into things like the interiors. They're very much, you know, trying to build the airport, although in saying that, they do have an issue with a flag. Ah, Jesus. It's missing the pole. Their idea, it always goes over accuracy of the layout and buildings and all the jazz, right? And you see there's a couple of nice static aircraft there. We've got a DC-3 and there's a business jet there as well. But it's the overall layout of the airport. This is the accuracy that UK 2000 brings. I was very interested when I saw this on the news a week or two ago, because you can get kind of scenery for Oshkosh for the event. It's freeware, it's basic, but it's nice to see kind of a highly polished real world look at the airport where it is. Kermit Weeks hangar. Kermit Weeks has a hangar in Oshkosh. There you go, you learn something new every day.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Jack Mark hangar look. Cy Murray is here for 58 months. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed, Cy. Hope you're well, enjoying the weather. So this is the scenery from UK 2000. It's a huge airport, is Oshkosh, isn't it? And as I say, once a year, every summertime, all of this area is completely covered in aircraft and tents. Now, I imagine it's unfortunate that UK 2000 didn't do an Oshkosh event scenery. I imagine someone in the flight sim community is going to build a freeware add-on you can put to this. You know what I mean? But it's cool. Like it's the UK 2000 stuff. They go for accuracy. They don't bother with you know, airport interiors and all that jazz. It's purely down to the layout of the buildings, you know, the height of the buildings, all that kind of stuff. See this company here, Basler. These lads are fascinating. They convert old DC-3s and they put turboprop engines on them. And there's a documentary, if you've ever seen it, all about That's All Brother. It was here that they actually had one of the turboprops. Did he model a finished one? No. Opportunity missed. So they're all the original piston engines, but they convert them into turboprops. You know. Fair play. Like he's included some nice things here. Like it's cool to fly over and kind of go exploring, looking around. So this scenery released only a week or so ago, and you can pick it up over on Sim Market. It's priced at about $18 US. $18 US, and that gives you Oshkosh Whitman Airport in its non-event state. So if you just want to be flying in and out of here, think about it this way. I mean, great spot to be flying into Basler if you're flying DC-3s. That'd be awesome, right? So we'll have a quick look at the scenery at nighttime. Look for nighttime lighting. Very nice. Runway lighting, taxiway lighting. Not much lighting over here. In fact, there's shag all lighting over here. I don't know, is that as per real world? We do get a bit of lighting over here. So is that accurate to the real world? It's really very dark at nighttime. I mean, there's a bit going on, but not much. Taxiway lighting is decent, as is the runway lighting. No centerline lighting, though. Is it worth going to EA AirVenture? Rick, if you ever get the chance, I would say yes. 100% if you ever got the chance. It is on my bucket list. It is something I would absolutely love to do. I would love to go to Oshkosh, man. Jesus, I would just love to go. It's the airplane mecca of the world. I would absolutely love to go to Oshkosh. It's on my bucket list. I will go at some stage, you know. But I was interested when I saw the scenery because it's an airport I love, especially when you watch the real world arrivals. When is Oshkosh? 2026. Heisenberg is going July 20th through 26. 25 days, 8 hours, 28 minutes and 16 seconds. That's the museum there, Scott? Yeah, man, I would absolutely love to go here. EAA Aviation Center. Yeah. Spirit of St. Louis. Look at that. Ryan Flying Co. Pitcairn Aviation. Yeah. That's absolutely class. I've never been. I've spoken to many people who have been. You have that scenery. Basler FBO is spot on. Sweet. Summoner will be there, going every year for 10 years now. No way, man. That's awesome. No, it's on my bucket list. It would be a dream to go to friggin' Oshkosh, but it's from little old Ireland now. It wouldn't be the cheapest little adventure. Do you know what I mean? Especially with the likes of FS Expo and that. But it's on my bucket list. We'll do it someday. So that was UK 2000's Oshkosh. It's not a bad little scenery. No regrets buying it. I'd like to see if there was the event stuff thrown in though. I think that'd be cool, you know? Right. Now we're going to be checking out something completely different. We're going to have a look at the F100, lads, right? The F70 is there as well, but I do like the F100. So let me see. We'll go British Midlands for the crack. And we're going to head over to Budapest. Because Budapest is from SoFly. So as I said, if you have any questions when it comes to different sceneries and that, or add-ons that we're showcasing, just let me know. They're not strictly reviews. If I'm going to do a review, I'll tell you, hey, I'm doing a review on this. Again, I try and aim for, I'm trying to provide you with the information if you're going to buy a product or not. That's what I tend to lean toward. However, I do want to get more reviews soon, you know, because it's very much Murphy sitting on the fence again. If something shite, I'll tell you, don't worry. But like, do you know? Retired Scott Controller goes every year, finally started volunteering as an aircraft parker. No way. Right. And this is going to blow your mind. Just Flight's F70 and F100. Now we'll get into all of this here now in a moment. But before we start, can we just appreciate the absolute beauty of this thing? Like, be the Janie then. We'll hop inside. Give it a few moments to chill out. Tablet. Aircraft. So we'll go... packs. So what do we have here? The first modern airliner featuring a fully custom-coded autopilot system with integrated LNAV and VNAV capability alongside a complex flight management system and deeply simulated aircraft systems. The product also features high-quality modelling and texturing with plenty of wear and tear, and flight models that are as accurate as possible to real-world documentation, and a sound set recorded directly from the real aircraft. From a pilot's perspective, the F70 and F100 feel more closely aligned with an A320 than the F28 from which they evolved. But don't be fooled, there are plenty of unique quirks that will catch you out if you attempt to fly them like an Airbus. Now, Just Flight have been very busy on this. They've been a long time working on this aircraft, and hopefully you're going to see here now in a moment. It's been absolutely worth it because the thing is just, well, it's gorgeous. This is gorgeous, right? The F70 Professional and F100 Professional will be available as separate products should anyone wish to purchase the individual aircraft, and Just Flight will be offering a bundle which will include both aircraft at a highly discounted price. Both products are 2024 native SDK, and they'll be available exclusively via Just Flight's website, then later made available via third-party retailers, as well as the in-game marketplace for PC and Xbox. Now, the feature list, it's available over on their website. If you go in, you can get a full rundown of what these aircraft are all about, right? The manual, we're going to grab that. And remember what I said earlier on at the top of the show. This is an aircraft. This is something that if you really want to sink your teeth into, this is it. The Operation Handbook, there's 222 pages of information here from Just Flight. And they cover everything. Everything. All the systems, all the nuances, the whole shebang is here. Right? So, great stuff to see. You also have the EFB manual, and then we have our detailed description. The variants, the F70, one variant of the F70 is included, representing the only configuration flown by airlines. 4 variants of the F100 are included, each with a unique passenger and cargo door. So you can have the air stair or no air stair. You can have a large cargo door, narrow cargo door, right? Liveries, there's a ton of them. Just Flight House livery, American Airlines are in there. Alliance Airlines are in there. American Airlines are for the F100. There's a ton of different liveries. The cockpit model, the cabin model, exterior model, the sounds, the systems. Look at the systems, lads. Pages of systems. Pages. Right? So let's go in and just start exploring it, shall we? Hey, Hey, Cyrus is here. Good to see you. I flew an F100 back in the flight sim 2020 or 2004 days. Nice. All right, so let's just go exploring. Now remember, lads, this build, it's pre-release, so if you do see anything kind of weird or funky, we'll let them know, right? But this is, without a shadow of a doubt, this is the very top polish that Just Flight can do. This is their A game. This is their top tier stuff. Right? Loads of detail. Move along. Like, look at the detail on the sides here. Look at this. Texture work. It's absolutely gorgeous. And depending on the livery you go for as well. Like, this is gorgeous. Look at the decals. Look how sharp everything is. Not amazing, isn't it? So you got the leading edge of the wing. Blocko says the Union Jack is wrong on the starboard side. Are you sure about that? Are you just messing? Does it come in teal? When you say it's wrong, how is it? Wrong as in it's in the wrong placement? Top left line should be a thick white line. Okay, but you do know, Blocko, aircraft on the starboard side always shows the flag in reverse as if it's flying away from them. Are you aware of that? But indeed, if it is wrong, we'll let them know. We'll absolutely let them know. Yeah. Have a look at, here, I'll show you. American Airlines, I don't know, 737, right? Do they even fly them? Images. So if you look at an American Airlines 737 on the starboard side, the registration flag is backwards. I'll show you, look. See there? So on the starboard side, the flag is like it's moving away from the aircraft. A lot of people would say with the Irish liveries, oh, it's in reverse, it's the Ivory Coast. No, that's correct. So on one side it looks right, but on the other side it looks as if it's flying away. That's what, it's a thing. But yeah, so I imagine that's what it is from Just Flight, you know. You can see it on the Dutch flag. But fair play to freaking Blocko for spotting. How did you even notice that? Jesus! Sniper, man. He's a spotter. Brilliant. But anyway, let's continue on. Onto the main landing gear. We can see our chocks. Look, like, the decals even here, look. Look. That class, isn't it? Look at the wings, look. Some similarities with the F28 in terms of the layout, right? Oh, look at the wing. Gorgeous. Does it come with a hot pink livery asking for a friend? That sound we're hearing is just the blades shaking around, right? Rolls-Royce engines. Detailing here is superb,
Can I
lads.
get a refund?
Oh, there's no refunds. Hayden, 7 streams in a row, bud. Thank you very much indeed. Ah, lads, this is gorgeous, isn't it? I wonder, can we open the speed brakes with no hydraulics? I wonder, can we? No. So the speed brakes, similar to that of the 146, they open out of here, look. These guys part company and then that's your speed brakes. Very, very impressive though. On the visuals, very, very impressive. Right, so welcome back into the flight deck. So what do we have in here? Well, things that will make you go, So our EFB, that's all perfect. In fact, we'll turn on the GPU, have a listen to the sound here. Jesus, my scenery is cooked again. That GPU starting up. I'm having that issue with Budapest. It was all working perfectly the other day. Now it's back to haunt me. GPU sounds good. That's weird, isn't it? Anyone ever see that before with scenery? It's just weirdness. It's most unusual. It'll disappear after a while. No, only one Budapest. It fixes itself after a while, but it's only happening here. I was on to Colin about it during the week, and then I thought I fixed it, but now it's acting up again. But anyway, GPU is on. Other things inside the EFB, so our operational flight plan, map, your charts, aircraft, checklist, performance, and then you have your normal settings as well. Right? Shadows are broken. Is that what it is? Man, Cyrus. You've seen it in Forza. Okay. So, a bit of familiarization with the aircraft as we're looking around. If you looked at any of the preview videos, you'll see that the sheer amount of the sounds of this thing are absolutely class. Yeah, you can move the EFB. How do we bring it down again? There we go. Right, happened at a few airports, says Dave. Okay. What else do we have here now? Smoke goggles, that's all fine. All electric screens, FMSs, radio controls, coming on down here now for VHF, squawk transponder, high frequency stuff, right? We have pneumatics here at the back, I think. Flight control lock, alternate landing gear column. And these work. Flight controls don't move, unlock them. Flight controls move. Alright. Onto our overhead. This is where the business end of the aircraft. So looking up on the top, we have a number of different tests, including that of our voice cockpit recorder, IRS alignment. And this is where what they say, you know, this isn't a million miles off Airbus. It's a lights out on system. Battery. So battery is automatically charged. We're on ground power. And now, friends, we have all sorts of sounds coming on. We need to turn on the avionics master switch, I think. External lights. Beacon. Seatbelt. PA. Great sounds in this thing, man. Absolutely great sounds. Alright, top left-hand side. Avionics. Audio. Flight augmentation is there. GS inhibit is fine. Hydraulic engine pumps. Electric pump is on. These guys are all on by default, or you turn them off. So pumps are on, right? Strobe, leave that off for the moment. Engine fire test. Yes. You can test the voice recorder. And you can actually see that move, look. Deadly, isn't it? And there's buttons on this. You'll find that, hey, it won't move to the next switch. You have to click it. Have a look at this, for example. See our IRS button? I can't move that any further to the right. It's not moving. However, click it. Now you move it. Click it to lock it. So you're not going to accident. Brilliant feature. Just brilliant feature, right? Right, passenger oxygen, that's all okay. Load, that's all okay. Generate, battery, external power. We're on external power. Volts and frequency, that's all good. Batteries are on. Fuel pumps. Probe heats, leave them off. Engine start switches. APU control unit. That's all grand. That's all grand. Okie dokie. I think we're good up here for the moment. Pressurization. Emergency lights armed. APU, we'll turn it on for the minute. Now, shouldn't I have... let's see here now. Clear the caution lights. We need to turn on our screens here, lads, right? So everything's a little bit on the dark side, so we're going to turn on these screens. They'll come on here now in a moment. Where have we got the buttons for the screens? Now, screens on the center, grand, and now we need these screens, which will be here. No, not here. PFD. Easing out. And I'm going to do the same over here. Look how clear everything is, look. Like, absolutely savage. It's savage, right? IRS alignment time, 9 minutes, that's all okay. So we'll go back up here. We're going to get the APU started. I don't know, am I missing a trick there? APU? The sounds are really good. Sounds are excellent on this plane. Right, we can continue on. APU is available. Let's have a look here now. So for bleeds, pumps are all okay. Engine, that's all okay. APU bleed, it's on. Flight deck, that's all okay. Cabin fans, it's all. Econ is on. Bring our temperature down a bit. Okay. Into our FMS. Easing out. What else do we have here? Speaker, that's all audio control stuff. Flight plan mode. In it. All our details as normal, right? Must have been nice to go from a DC-9 to the Fokker. Yeah, 100%. Jersey pilot, you like it? Setting up the aircraft, it's going to be similar to that of... Well, it's just similar. I mean, look, it's fairly straightforward, right? We're on the ground here at, what's it? Budapest. What is the gadget? LHBP. LHBP. And let's say we're going to Dublin for the crack. Alternate route, cost index, cruise flight level, align the IRS. Now, they go into align mode and then we need to flick them over, isn't that right? So it says aligning and then we horse them over to nav, right? Right, what else we can do? Do this. Auto brake we'll worry about now. There is our EPR panel. We have a fault in here. ADF for nav. Map not available, probably because it's in alignment. We can hear the air coming in now. Anti-skid is on. Alright, let us get the door closed. Meet the Fokkers. Parking brake is unset. Brakes on. Parking brake set. Can we remove the chocks? Start boarding. Instant.
Boarding is complete.
Oh, I can't seem to remove the chocks. So chocks stay in play for the moment. APU is running. Alignment. And we should have an option when it comes to the alignment. It's 5 minutes we have to wait. Now, I'm sure we have this in settings. Pause, sync, rudder, alignment, fast, baro units, gauge, refresh rate. Look at all the options we have, look. Fantastic. Just right, man, they're absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm not sure I can just put these into nav because they haven't aligned yet. Still says 5 minutes. 4 minutes. Right, they're doing their stuff. Oxygen mask on, crew communication, it's all grand. So what I want to do here is just plan us a pushback and start her up, just listen to the howls. I wonder why I can't remove the chocks. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Or I wonder did the chocks stay in? Oh, there they go. Alright, chocks away. GPU is already on. We don't need the GPU. Disconnect. Auto brake rejected takeoff. Now we shouldn't be moving this without the alignment, but I want to give you a listen to the sounds. You know what I mean? King Easy, where would you place it compared to the Phenom? Which the Falcon 50. It's just different. Like, put it this way, it's relatively unfair to say you can compare them directly with something like the Falcon and the Phenom and the Sovereign, because you know Phenom, Raoul has been making aircraft for a long time, as have the other lads. For Contrail, this is the first attempt. Do you know what I mean? But on that alone, I think it's excellent for what it is. Excellent for what it is. Now, Just Flight give us a pushback tool. Connect the tug. Status waiting. Pushes back when it's ready. Brakes off. And we can use the Just Flight pushback already built into this. How cool is that, right?
Crew, arm doors and cross check.
Hanging left there now, Jemima. Yeah, I'm getting weird textures on the ground here, lads. I'll talk to Callum again. We'll do another proper look at Budapest soon, because they need to fix it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our aircraft. Your comfort and safety is our highest priority, so we kindly request that you remove all headset devices and pay close attention to your nearest flight attendant during this safety demonstration.
Alright, start up on engine 2.
Ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened at this time. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten.
There's some lights on here.
To release, lift the top of the buckle. We recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened at all times when seated, even when the seatbelt sign is off. This aircraft has a number of emergency
And 2,
exits.
fuel.
The cabin crew is pointing those out to you. Okay. To use, pull the vest over your head, fasten the straps around your waist.
Nice sounds, isn't there? Alright, go for start number 1.
Cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above your seat. Pull the mask down firmly to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Be sure to secure your own mask before assisting
There's on
others.
2. Those Rolls-Royce engines, man. Isn't that gorgeous looking?
Devices are set to airplane engine mode.
Okay,
Or
engine
turn
coming up.
off for takeoff. Large devices
And
such
in
as
master switch, we can probably
laptops
turn
must
off
be stowed
now.
in the overhead
She looks stable.
bins or under the seat in front of you. A safety card is located in the seat pocket in front of you. It contains important information about this aircraft and the location and operation of safety equipment. At this time, please ensure your seat backs and tray tables are in their fully upright
Okay,
position.
looks good.
Your
Looks
seat belt
good.
is fastened and all carry-on items are properly stowed.
Gens are good.
Thank you for your attention. We hope you have a great flight.
Man, the amount of switches, this thing is class, man. I didn't get IRS alignment, but we'll try not to worry. Now, let's see. Flaps are next. Look at the animations even, look. Very, very nice. Alright, let's have a listen to the old engine revs. You ready? Mind your ears! That was about half throttle. Man alive, isn't that deadly? Right, we'll run it forward a little bit. No, no, like that's about 50% there, Roy. That's good, Big Al, doesn't it? Yeah, this is really good, Jersey Pilot. This is really good. Just Flight have done such an incredible job here. Check out some of the night lighting as well. Like, this thing is just top brass, isn't it? Look at that. Look at the friggin' lighting here, look. Isn't that gorgeous? Then just the cabin. Very pretty, isn't it? And we do have a panel up here, we can play all sorts. Local forecast. Isn't that ridiculous? That is so good. Right, so there's all our lights. Oh man, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Go back out to Jemima here and turn off that shagging radio. Fish. Like, look at the lighting in here, lads. Isn't that superb, look? Look at that. The lighting on this plane is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Ah, Jesus, look. Now, isn't that absolutely impressive? Jesus, that's some of the best lighting I've seen in the sim. You were planning on picking up something from Wind Control sale, but this, look at that lighting. Have you ever seen anything like it, lads? That is so impressive. Jeez, they've nailed that, haven't they? Nailed it. Unbelievable. That's insane. How does it handle SimBrief? It can handle it. It can handle it. They have their own SimBrief profiles available as well, Scott. That's incredible, isn't it? Man, I'm really impressed with the lighting. How does he sound moving? As I said, I'm going to reach out to Callum. We'll talk more about Budapest next time round. I'm getting kind of weird texture stuff, so I want to make sure I'm able to show this thing off without getting textures or texture problems. You know what I mean? Needs more glass. Oh, the A220 though. Oh yeah. This is very nice though. Right, we'll rumble down here because we'll do a bit of a takeoff. Shirking our responsibilities, but sure, listen, it's me, lads, you know the crack. Auto throttle, autopilot. Like, when you look at the screens, now I know we still have half the stuff turned off because it's still in alignment mode, and like, well, I've broken that, but you know what I mean. We're about halfway up the runway. We'll hardly be able to take off in that distance, will we? We'll try it, will we? Now, this is capable of not flaps, so because we're at short runway, let's see what happens here, will we? This is stupid. Loads of warning.
Thrust set.
Pitched. Let's see what happens. N2 overspeed, N1 overspeed. We'll be alright.
80 knots.
Mr. Calling is a real pilot. Oh Jesus, don't career off the runway, Murphy. Yeah, nothing to see here, lads. It's fast. Right, what you giving out about N2 and all the jazz? Easy now. Here we go. Right.
Flaps up.
That's the trim. That's cool, isn't it? As in, turn them off, turn them back on.
Fine thrust.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll need to sit down with it properly to go through the proper alignment. This is purely just giving you an idea of kind of how she's put together. You know what I mean? Oh, it hand flies beautifully. Oh, yeah. Great sounds on this as well, man. Look at that for a view. Some of the lads are making comments about being a professional streamer. Alright, lads. The Tay engine are fairly powerful for being fairly small engines. Yeah, like, I mean, look at her speed, look. No, this is purely just giving a look to see, hey, how is the thing put together? Visually, this thing is gorgeous. It sounds incredible. The depth of systems. Like, this is, without a doubt, the finest Just Flight aircraft they've ever produced. 100%. It's gorgeous. And like similarities between that of Airbus, as I said, it's not a million miles away. And the lighting on this in particular is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's amazing. Takeoff roll on the grass, very professional. Ari, yeah, but sure, listen. We don't do things by the book, or at least all the time. We have to learn it first. Can I land it? That's a good question, Gibbo. Let's find out. We'll try, sure. Hang on. Jeez, the hand flies really well. Ah, Jesus, though, right? This is class. Right, can we land it? Let's find out together. How much VRAM are we using? Well, it depends on the sim, but it's running very well. $18. Right, easy now. Can we land the thing? In a terribly configured state. TCAS and everything's turned off. Jeez, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Speed brake. Oh wow, look at the drag there, man. Alright, easy does it. The truck's on standby. Slow landing gear. Very slow. Easy. This hand flies really well. You managed to land it at FS weekend, just. Oh, Jesus, gorgeous, this thing. Look at that. . Deliberately slow to allow the auto throttle to deal with the drag. Really? Alright, easy now. We will be learning this aircraft. Like, it's definitely an aircraft I'll have on some streams. I want to learn how to fly this. I also need to jump back into the TriStar, the L1011. But as a first, just jumping into it to see what makes it tick. This is really nice. Them views though. Hey Mark, good to see you, bud. Alright, a little high. Let's see what we can do here.
$500.
What's the speed? This is Budapest scenery from SoFly. It's really, really nice. I'm just getting some weird, texture issues. No refunds. Hey, Boss Nelf, good to see you. Right, let's see. Can we? Jesus.
Now you can push it in.
Will you not chime off with this?
Right here.
Jesus.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse.
Easy now.
– 60 knots.
Manual braking and off to one side. Now, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Boo! Boo! Oh, brilliant. Ah, lads, I'm so impressed by this machine. There's our landing music.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Look at that, man. Look at the lighting.
And the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Use caution when opening.
That's gorgeous.
As items may have shifted during the flight. On behalf of the entire
gorgeous.
Team, we would like to thank you for flying with us today, and we wish you a safe onward journey.
It's a fix, just like gave Murphy a dumbed down version. This plane makes it look good, Murph. Any plane that makes it look good is a worthy plane. It's very nice, isn't it? Absolutely deadly. Sounds like a sat nav. Well done, Just Flight. Now, you guys are saying you got an email to say this is due to release tomorrow. This is the F100, the Fokker 100. You can also buy the Fokker 70, or you can get them as a bundle together. Prices have not yet been confirmed. It's been speculated, but not confirmed. But this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. How does one open the door? Uh-oh. Fished. Unlocked. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Well, now isn't that Mr. Fancy Pants? Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Chase, even look at the markings here, look. That's really cool, isn't it? $59.99 on the Just Flight website for the bundled version. Ooh, there we go. They must have done. They must have just done that, did they? Let's have a look. Releasing tomorrow. A few hours ago. Because if you go onto their website, it just says, look, this is releasing tomorrow. Like, the F70 is just a little bit smaller. It's friggin' class, man. I'm really impressed by this from Just Flight. So, as always, a massive shout out and thanks to Just Flight for letting me show it off. As I said, if you want to look at the, you know, real world procedures, Jamie's been streaming this thing. Tonight is the first time I've literally got to turn the thing on. And I've based any engine startup logic off the F28. So I will have to spend some time learning this, but I definitely want to learn it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those aircraft that you're looking at saying, yeah, I want to fly. I want to be able to fly this and take it for a spin. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nighttime flying in particular is going to be just a very nice place to hang out during a stream because the lighting is superb. I think this is like the best nighttime lighting I've seen in an aircraft. I mean, look at it. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? It's amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. They've done an incredible job. And look at that. Look at that. Friggin' gorgeous, you know? So, yeah, massive shout out to Just Flight. Lads, it's going to be an uncomfortable week on your wallets with aircraft releases. The Falcon FA50, which is coming out tomorrow. Just Flight releasing their Fokkers. And of course, we have some airports there as well, just to wind it all up together. There's going to be a weekend full of flying from what I can see. But I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in to our stream this evening. It was absolutely busy. And as I say, it's... like my schedule over the last week or two, I just haven't had time to get near these aircraft, and I'm like, huh? It shows the price, Flight Sim add-on airliners. It shows you the price on Just Flight. Flight Sim add-on and airliners. Oh, they do have it there. Just Flight. Flight Sim add-ons. Airliners. There we go. $71.99 for the bundle. Well, they're probably... What are they each? They're probably 45 or 50 bucks each, are they? Interesting. Will it be on the marketplace? Eventually, Just Flight will hold it on their own website for a little bit, and then it'll eventually go to third parties, and then eventually it'll end up on the marketplace. You know, lads, I'm so impressed by it. Like 222 pages of a manual as well. You know what I mean? Black Square's due out this in July. PQ, yeah, July. Incredible, absolutely incredible. But lads, massive thank you. We're back tomorrow morning, weather permitting. We're going to be flying in the Sovereign. And tomorrow night, then we have a Vatsin flight. I'll add this to some stuff soon to a schedule because I want to learn it. I want to be able to fly it. Might do a bit on Thursday next week. We'll see how it goes, right? All the news tonight. Massive shout out to SayIntentions and keep an eye out for new features coming from SayIntentions. We also covered the new update from FlightSimTees.com. Lower prices and faster shipping coming very, very soon, along with new designs as well, which is great to see. And then we checked out Oshkosh. We're here at Budapest, but I want to make sure the issue isn't on my side because I've checked forums. No one else is having the issue I'm having, so it's not fair showing off the scenery if it's all glitched out especially if it's my fault. But I hope you can see, even from the little bit we showed you tonight, there's a lot going on here. SoFly make gorgeous sceneries, and they've even included sounds for different parts of the scenery as well, like the tower, inside in the terminal, all different audio files. It's awesome, right? Clear shader cache, yeah, I did all that as it. Deleted the scenery index files, uninstalled, reinstalled, did everything. Still happening. Yeah, one of those things. Anyway, see you at Farnborough. But right, lads, enjoy the weather. Thank you so very much indeed for tuning in. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow, where there'll be more stuff. And well, you guys are going to be flying in these or the FA50 or indeed, well, something else. So take it fierce handy now, and we'll see you tomorrow. I knew I had a button there somewhere. I cut myself off. That was brilliant, wasn't it? And then I pressed the wrong button. Professional streamer. Yeah. I'll go far in this gig, I tell you. Jesus. Think about it now, right? I'll sing it for you. Everybody's looking at my tight pants. He's got his tight pants. He's got his tight pants on. I'm actually not wearing tight pants at all. No, they're loosey-gooseys. Do you know, they're the in-house joggings or yoggings. I think it's a soft J. They're the in-house yoggings. Don't panic. Just hope for the best, Murphy. Oh, Jesus. Don't end in all fear and terrible. Yep. Oh.
Thinking. Up.
Shh. There's nothing to see. No. There's nothing to see at all. Bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start to the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons. Right, that needs to go, you know, fat. But in fairness, though. Right, you know, I mean, the posture, right? I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But, like, there's no point saying anything other than, this is shite. It's shite. Like... Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is...
Steady.
Listen. It's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. Oh, power off. Bit of right rudder. Bleed that speed. Oh, look at that. I gotta brake. Brake now. Brake. Oh, wait, where's your...
Keep an eye on the right engine. See what happened? The engine cover just got ingested into the engine, and I've just... Well, it's about $1.5 million worth of damage. These are the things you can forget. The lads are over there, so we'll have to do a bit of a chicane here. Mother of Jesus! Give out!
What the hell? I'm here.
Did you just see what happened to give? Are you in the drink? You ended up in the...
Water. This is possible.
Did you just see what...